from top. Cool.
That Valleyfolk came out of nowhere.
Is this
but I'm loving it.
It was like we were on an aquatic adventure, and it was
Honestly,
magical.
I did like it. I also like how you took a sexual turn.
Oh
with
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, I wanted to unbutton
Yeah.
my clothes, but they were
Yeah.
already unbuttoned, so I was kind of
Yeah.
I didn't know what
It
to
kind
do.
of felt like unreleased music from the new Blade Runner movie.
Which I love.
I feel like
I did like that.
we were in a submersive vehicle underneath
Ooh,
the ocean, and
that's
it was all
nice.
blue and colorful. And then we just like kind of came up on a sunken pirate ship, and it happened to be haunted at the end. And then there was a genre turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch
Then
that.
it became like about a group of 4 internet comedians who do a podcast right at the very
right at the end.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Valleycast. That beautiful intro music was brought to us and you by Reddit user Glitch Remnants.
Glitch Remnants.
Thank you, Glitch.
Thank you, Glitch.
I felt like I was gonna just put on a few hard-boiled eggs and go masturbate in a bathtub.
Yeah.
You know?
That's actually the title of the track.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Put it on-
Hard-boiled eggs. and
That's
a
picture
masturbate
material
woman.
right there.
Yeah, thank you. I
You
thought
should
so.
probably make that movie.
I wanted to for a
It should be
very
like a
long-
cross-
And actually, there was no fish, though, by the way. It was just an hour and a half of me putting
You should,
eggs
you
on
should
and
make it
masturbating.
like Lee, you should add
Animated.
elements of Edward Scissorhands into this story.
Oh, I
I'd
love
love
it.
to. I'd
Kind of a
love to.
fish out of water.
Oh. Ooh.
You should wink at them.
No, I winked at Elliot because I know he got it first.
I did immediately.
I'm right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lee. I know you got it. Everyone's got it. The thing is at the end of the day,
Everyone's
we
got
all
it.
get trophies. Guys, welcome to the Valleycast. This is the podcast where some old friends, Lee Newton, Joe Beretta, Elliot Morgan, and myself, Steve Zaragoza, all
Salutations.
sit at a table, discuss life, sip coffee simultaneously.
It was rather creepy.
Yeah, it was a little
Noticed
creepy.
it.
It was a little creepy. Also felt left out. But I'm also drinking coffee with you guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Which is something I never do.
Cheers, man.
Oh my
Cheers.
goodness.
Cheers.
Very
Hello.
rare. Very rare.
It's a rare thing.
Yeah, this is a rare recording session for us. We're trying a morning sesh instead of a
Ooh.
late evening sesh.
Can I
Little known
play a little
fact.
morning music
Oh, I would
for us?
love-
Maybe a
please,
little. Maybe we
Steve.
get a little morning get a little morning feel.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Valleycast. If you look to your left, you'll see a sea serpent,
Oh,
Oh,
look at that.
beautiful.
and if you look to your right,
Oh,
most of you will see Lee Newton. It's a little loud.
okay. Well, there we go.
And now we're hitting euphoria.
This is also the part where I would feverishly masturbate in the bathtub.
Here.
Splashing
use,
sounds.
use my eggs.
Thank you.
Would anyone like any hard-boiled eggs?
Are those? Do those cost extra? Or do they come with the tour?
Oh no, they're
no.
part of the experience.
Oh, great.
But like online, it says no more than 2 eggs.
Yeah, but I'm one of those cool tour guides. Let you have 3 eggs. Guys, on this podcast, the 4 of us bring different topics to the table here, and we all kind of just sound off about something we're thinking about or love or are worried about, something that's just kind of on the tip of our tongues we want to talk to our friends about. And of course, that includes you. You are also our friends, and we're talking to you. And I'm right in your ear.
I don't.
While I'm in your ear. So anyway, any housekeeping before we get started?
Yeah.
Do you, well, I have a little bit of housekeeping because Elliot missed our last discussion on the last podcast where we talked
Oh, yeah.
about bullying.
I heard good things though. I heard very. I heard.
So
good
what you
things.
missed when you went? Elliot had to go do some stand up. Was the stand ups good?
That was a weird night. That was a weird one, but it was a nice time.
Good. I'm glad you had
Yeah.
a good time. We talked about. I asked Lee and Steve. how and why they were bullied in their youth and how
Yeah.
they handled it. And you missed that whole discussion. And then the discussion came full circle to me, and it was great. And I feel like it was robust. So the only house cleaning is if you wanna chime in a little bit.
Let's tap into your childhood. Remember
Yeah,
when
let's
you
just
were
start
ridiculed
Like,
for a minute?
so just so we're all clear,
Yeah.
this is the first time we're doing it in the morning. Also, talk about when you were bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk about how big of an issue that was.
Yeah,
It was
man.
actually a huge issue for me. I ended up changing schools a couple times, and I was
Just like Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Crap.
a late bloomer and puberty-wise, some would say still waiting. And,
No, you have a beard now.
Yeah, beardish. And
It's there.
Yeah, but it was a really weird thing, and then I hit puberty like all at once in my like the summer between 9th grade and 10th grade. And but then still then I was always getting made fun of a lot, and I think that's what led me into doing theater, which led me into acting, which led me into eventually coming out here.
So
This
was your
is
being
so
made fun of? Was
parallel.
your bullying experience based off of how you looked?
Yeah, I looked because I have a very young face, and then I was also just not hitting like I didn't have like armpit hair when other kids had armpit hair,
And
so
you
I
look
got
like
Late
a
bloomer.
perpetual
Ridiculed.
child. I've seen,
Yeah,
we've seen
I
video
always
of
have
him. He
looked
always
young.
looked very young.
But now it's
baby
something
face.
that is celebrated to have a
Yeah.
youthful visage.
as
an older man.
I'm really happy with
You're
the
deep
way it
into your
worked out.
30s, and you don't look
Elliot
it.
is
Yeah.
56 years old.
Yeah, that's the truth of it.
on the inside, yeah. But anyway, so that's I guess my only. But I don't think about it very often. And then when I hear when you guys said that you were talking about it, I was like, oh crap, I have experienced that, but I don't think.
But do you
about
think
it
that
often.
you've thought about it often because you've like literally layer by layer built up a cement wall of hurt?
No, I really don't. I think
That's my favorite Nine Inch Nails album.
Cement
Cement
wall.
wall of
hurt. Johnny Cover.
Yeah,
Johnny
Johnny
Cash
Cash.
did a good
Oh,
cover.
So
did
Johnny Cover Cash.
Johnny's
yeah.
cover cash.
Yeah, no, I just don't. I don't really. I'm sure it's there, and I'm sure it's affected me a lot, but I don't worry about it too much. But yeah, it definitely happened a lot.
Do you think that's why you dived into the mental side of your life, of being the smart guy?
I don't know, maybe something there.
You
I think
know?
my mom. I get that from my mom's side, but probably that too. So I don't know. And then the religion stuff helped. that.
So did you
there you
find
go.
reprieve through family?
Wow,
And-
this is a lot going.
And did you?
Good morning.
Because you also not retreated, but you ran to theater and being creative. Because it sounds like a lot of us at the table, you
Dramatically
two
ran to
specifically,
theater.
were bullied for their weirdness and their creativeness,
And also
the-
terrified by God.
and terrified by
Sure.
God. You, in your early stages of getting bullied, it wasn't necessarily due to your creative outlets that you were seeking, but more because of you as a person, and you
Yeah.
ran to creativity because of that.
Yeah, it was a shelter more so than a
Oh.
reason.
That's
for the,
interesting.
Yeah,
No, I
it
think
was nice.
theater was a shelter for me too when
Yeah.
we finally got. Yeah, it was a way to direct the weirdness for sure.
Oh yeah, it was the only place I felt like I fit in actually because
Yes,
I could
totally.
nobody
'Cause
else.
everyone was wild, and
Yeah.
I felt so bad for my theater teachers because they just had to get these crew.
Hopefully
of,
they understood though that they were looking at future potential entertainers
did.
and also seeing. I mean, the good ones at least were like, all right, this is an important time. They need to express themselves. They need to
In 20
yeah.
years, they're going to fight depression constantly.
Yeah.
I had
Let's
a-
make them happy now.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a theater teacher that was kind of like it's like Mr. Holland's Opus. Like every theater movie or every movie you see about a teacher, he was that guy. He was like Mr. Heising. One time, he sawed up a piece of the stage, and everyone had a little piece of the stage, and he's like, the acceptance that you feel here, the love that you feel here, take it with you everywhere you go. And it was
And he had to
That's
take it
beautiful.
with he had to
it's
take it with
some-
him too because he was
Yes.
fired
No,
for
he was,
vandalizing the
100%.
stage.
Yeah. As he was saying that, there was a fire that he lit behind
yeah.
him.
I mean, he
Burn
was
it
a
down,
wild
class.
one.
Burn it down. Take it with you.
And then he just fishtailed out of the driveway.
I love a good fishtail.
I do remember.
You guys see Shape of Water?
Oh boy, I do remember being a kid and being like, I remember looking back in high school and being like, oh, I actually was though. Like I remember that going from having a very sensitive skin and to not having a sensitive skin by the time I was like a senior in high school.
Yeah, isn't
and I
that
remember,
sad?
I remember specifically like, oh, I have to change the way a little bit that I am to survive because. And I was just remember looking back, going like, oh, I kind of was just so sensitive with it too. So it's like when I look back, I'm like, how much of them were just teasing me lightheartedly, and then how much of it was actual bullying? I don't really know, but for sure, it's a mixture of both. They were dicks, but also I feel like I was probably just too sensitive.
Legit enough for you to change schools, which is a big thing.
Yeah, that happened a couple. Yeah,
Yeah, that is a big thing.
It is
for
a
sure.
big thing.
That's
it really
massive.
is. Yeah, it's crazy.
All right,
well, that's a
Good
fun,
housekeeping.
light-hearted
Great
way to
housekeeping.
start.
Yeah,
Do
thanks
you-
for diving. Thanks for that was fun. That was a nice.
one
Tap
little
into
before I
that.
jump
Real
out
deep.
though. Any advice to those that are going through something similar that you went through?
You know, it's hard. Advice is hard because I don't know everyone's specific things. I guess if I
You can blanket statement.
Yeah,
we
did.
blanket statement. What did you guys say? I bet you guys said everything.
Retreat to the double down on
Find
the
your
things that you
weird.
love.
Yeah, find your weird. Yeah, that's
Find
beautiful.
the people that are weird with you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, just endure it. I think is also another because like everyone's like it gets better, but no one is like yeah it's gonna suck for a while though. You know, and it's like everyone's like oh sometimes it doesn't get better. I don't know if you've ever met kids where it's like a lot of kids get bullied, and I think the idea is like when you hear people are getting bullied, it's tempting to be like you're getting bullied now, but soon you're gonna run a Fortune 500 company, and it's like also a lot of times if you get bullied, you become an asshole and you become reclusive and you like. Repeat the cycle. So I think it's important that each individual person tries to strive for the best that they can possibly do.
Find the light, don't run from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Don't lean on the.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't know if it's.
What else
Yeah,
did we
that's
talk
nice.
about? Is there any other housekeeping?
My housekeeping was that I rewatched The Prestige.
Did you love it?
So fucking
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Man.
good.
It's so good. It
Yeah.
is so fucking good.
You guys, it's
It
really
really-
early, and
it
it's daylight
is.
savings
It's
day.
so-
There are so many
everyone
angry
is.
people
Yeah.
right
Well,
now.
at least it's Sunday though.
At
Yeah,
least
that's
it's
it.
Yeah.
Fucking prestige!
I hate daylight savings time. Every
I
year, a
do,
guy
every
screams how much
year.
he loves the prestige from 2 doors down.
No, it really was. It stuck with me so because I remember watching it forever ago, 2006, which feels like a million years ago. But like I remember watching it in theaters and being like, really great film. Moving on. But then I rewatched it and I was like, holy shit, this holds up so well.
Really
like
great.
it's
I'm
so
glad to
good.
hear
it
that.
does. It
The
holds
acting-
up. The acting is so good, and especially like when you finally watch it, and I'd forgotten every turn
Yeah.
and twist. So that was
Yeah.
really, really beautiful.
What
and
about
also kinda
Bowie
sad.
and Circus?
Bowie is
Ugh.
so good. Circus is so good.
I want them.
But
I want a movie
also-
about them. Like I want it.
Yes,
I know.
I hope they
know.
make it someday.
Dude.
Bowie seems like he's not as busy.
He
these
was
days.
so good in that role, and I was
Oh, no.
so
Who's gonna tell him?
I was so dumb back then. That's so funny. And I missed it.
I liked it.
I
I
wasn't
liked
listening.
it. Dark and mean and
Who's
bad.
gonna tell him dark and mean and bad.
I
That's what this
left
original
that
is.
theater doing the same thing that you did, going, well, good movie. Oh, I guess I'm ready for 25 years of Marvel
Yeah, I
flicks after
know.
this. But
That ought to do me for about
okay, here
30
we go.
years.
But I didn't realize it was Bowie until somebody told me like 3 days later, and my mind was blown. He was
Yeah.
so good in the
He's
role.
so
He's
good.
really good.
And he's got that accent that's like perfect.
Yes.
And,
Jackman's great in it.
Dude,
Friggin-
everyone,
Oh,
and then
everyone's
Christian
great in
Bale's
it,
great in
yeah.
it, and then every again,
Michael
you follow
Caine.
it, Michael Caine.
Michael
Yes, and then I went into the
Caine.
weird thing. I don't know why. Of course, I knew this, but like I don't know why I put it together. But Christopher Nolan, Michael Caine is in every single
Yeah.
one except for Dunkirk, which I think he was just a little too.
No, he
old
played the boat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay,
Oh my
He
god.
had that famous line where he
Honestly,
goes, "On the boat."
on the boat. Michael Caine.
Oi, on the boat.
He is transformative.
On the boat. I am the boat.
The boat.
That was in the Oscar opening ceremonies when they're
know
cutting
why I
between
didn't
lines.
think
On
about
the
that.
boat.
On
And
the
then it
boat.
cuts.
Christopher, line. Your line is.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Good.
And this is
Awesome.
where I
No.
do it.
No, that was more like an F sharp. We're going for a C.
Don't
Thank
tell
you,
me how
perfect.
to do my craft, you son of a bitch.
He's like, I'm Michael Caine. I wrote 2 books on acting.
And I don't know if you
I'm
know
the
this, but I'm the boat.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, guys, we're 13 minutes in, so we should probably
Can I-
kick into our topics.
We should hit a thing real fast. We should
Oh,
do
sure,
a
hit a
plug
thing.
for
Plugs are
our
at the end, but go
Phoenix
ahead,
show.
do it now.
Because our
Oh, yeah.
1 tier is no longer available for our Phoenix show, which is crazy. And then so if you go to House of Comedy, Phoenix, Arizona, on April 29th.
Oh, address the camera,
We're gonna-
Elliot.
April
Address
29th.
her.
Hello, ma'am. April 29th at, I believe, I don't know what time, but House of Comedy in Phoenix, Arizona. Tickets are selling quick, so why don't you come by, grab tickets now, and it'll be really fun, and we're going to have merch, and we're going to have a fun show, and it's going to be great. That's it.
Yay, that was great. You did great.
Thanks. I felt really good about it.
Did you?
should have.
Good for you.
It was wonderful. Everybody did a great job,
I felt like
including
I was,
Joe.
Yeah. What did you do?
You'll see.
Nothing.
So guys, you
won't.
want to just dig right into the to the you won't watch
I'm
it.
never in a million
No,
years.
you shouldn't. No. Why would you? You're here. You
I
did
see
this.
it. I've
You-
seen
this
what's
is a
happening.
3-dimensional version of this.
Experienced that.
So who wants to go first? Who's got a topic that they
I
feel
do.
like is a good starting topic?
Wow.
I've been
Ooh,
itching.
you didn't have one, and now you got it.
Man, divine inspiration is what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Ooh,
divine
that sounds like a good
inspiration,
show title.
What
Good
an
show title.
incredible segue, Joe. Divine inspiration.
thank you.
Yeah, I don't think
I was on the Reddit and I saw this post that was like, I just binge watched The Good Place, and why hasn't it won an Emmy
so
or a
good.
Golden
Don't
Globe?
spoil season
I'm
2.
not- so exactly. So this is what I'm worried about because I have not seen season 2. I've only seen season 1
And it's
because
so
that's all
good.
that's available on Netflix. And I'm gonna tell you, ooh, wow, what a delight
I'll
of
give
a
you
show.
my
So
Hulu
good.
login.
So good.
Really? Can
I'll
you?
give you my
Yeah,
Hulu
because I
login.
was
Well,
trying
actually,
to.
the first like 6 episodes of season 2 aren't on Hulu, unfortunately. You know how they do that thing where it's
Yeah.
like,
Fuck, Steve,
I
why
know
do
I
you know
hate it
this?
because I just watched through season 2.
Amazon
of the,
Prime, I think. Is
I
the
bought
big-
it. Yeah.
Did you
So,
buy it?
I bought it. Yeah.
I also recorded on my DVR if you want.
Well, there you go. You should just
I also started watching The Bachelor and
Oh,
in
it's
love.
so good.
It's
fantastic.
hot,
is
fun
Hot
trash.
It's a hot
It's
turd of a fun
unbelievable.
show.
Turd.
What's
of a
fascinating?
Do you guys like steamy, moist trash?
Turd?
Yeah. So forget The Good
Bachelor.
Place. The
Hang
Good
on,
Place is
Joe. Do
amazing.
that again.
Do you like steamy, moist turds? Tune into The Bachelor.
Oh, ABC.
Okay. All right.
That was good. That was yeah.
Sorry, I'm
but
doing like 7 things over here.
The Good Place is
doing
whatever,
a
but the Bachelor, I think it's fascinating that like there's a show that is basically like like nationally popular, and there's like 2 types of. It's like a weird virtual reality thing where there's 2 types of people and they're watching 2 different shows because there are people who watch that show and they actually buy into the drama and they actually believe
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
And then there are people
100%.
like us who watch it who are
Yes.
dying
Dying.
laughing
Yeah.
and can't believe the
There's
absurdity of it.
unironic and ironic
Yeah,
viewership.
and both parties, both of those groups of people love
Love
The
it,
Bachelor.
yeah.
Like everyone who watches it is just like, oh, it's incredible.
I will
but
say
it's
this:
for different
it's
reasons.
one of the only things I talk to my North Carolinian cousins about.
Yeah.
Like it's
The
like that's our
NCCs.
common ground.
Yeah.
It's like literally like,
NCCs.
who do you think should have gotten the rose?
Yeah, but it's, then you have somebody
man.
like, it should have ended. And so like, there's this girl, and I want to talk about her but I also don't want spoilers because I'm still getting
You're
caught up on the
fine.
season.
It's fine.
You know
this
the
was
girl,
the most
though?
boring season of all time.
It's super not great, right? Okay.
No.
So listen.
Definitely
though.
crushing on that little pixie girl.
Here's
though.
the thing, though. Here
Dude,
I have a
she's
theory
so
on her.
sweet.
I love
She's
her.
got
Delman
wings,
didn't
she
like her.
flies,
Nope,
she got
she's
dust.
an
She's
angel.
pure evil.
She
She's
is pure
pure
evil.
No,
evil.
is she? I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched enough
Yes.
of it to know.
She knows what she's
the
doing.
Corinne of the season.
But
Yeah,
she's like
she's-
20 years old.
Well, whatever. She's
in
got that-
Bachelor years, 20 years, they always go under by 3 years.
Oh, is that not their
yes,
actual
and it's also when they're a
age?
waitress, they say they're like a creative director. or
Wait,
something.
Yeah.
really?
Yes, it's always a bullshit age, and it's always a
man.
bullshit like job
I have
title
a
where
friend
they're,
who
like,
works on
tech
that, so I'm going to
investor.
talk to
All
him
All of their
about it.
pants are
Is
2
it Bill?
sizes too
Yeah,
small.
yeah.
I know Bill. Yeah, I want to talk to.
Dude,
let's get
Bill's
Bill on
got
the
some
phone.
good shit. Yeah. Bill's a good boy. He's a fun boy.
Is it Bill? It's Bill, right?
Bill, yeah.
I know him too. I know him.
Oh wow,
I know him
what a
as
weird
well.
brag that he just
what's
figured out his
happening
name
here?
again.
We're talking about Bill, and we
It's just
know
Bill.
him.
You guys don't know him. It's fine.
The thing is, we both know him. He works on The Bachelor.
You
he,
wouldn't
travels,
understand.
he actually
Just
travels
confirm
with
his
them.
name
He's a
with
good-
him
yeah.
So
again.
he's a good guy. He said he could
What?
get us
You
to
don't
the.
know someone if you have to confirm
What's
their
the
name.
thing?
really know
What's the one where they all sit around and it's live and it's like the what's it? What do they call that special?
After the rose or
After the
after the
rose.
final
Yeah, he
rose,
said he can get us tickets to
or
after
Talking
the final
Dead.
rose.
Girls Tell All.
If you want to go
I
to
would
after
love
the
to.
final rose, we can go to that because
Um,
of our friend Bill.
There's just a
That we
cacophony
both
of
know.
way too much happening right now.
It's a cacophony of L.A.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful show. Anyway,
I
that's what
I
got.
will say, okay, I'm just gonna say this is my favorite line that's been said in probably about 10 seasons, which I have
I've only
watched.
seen 2 episodes, so hit me with it.
Okay, it's not gonna be that big of a spoiler. One of the girls is like, "I want to get to know you, so I'm gonna play a game called 20 Questions," and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Oh, I love questions.
And then she's like, "What's your favorite color?" And you're like, "Want to get to know him, really?" And he's like, "Blue." She's like, "Okay. How do you take your coffee?" And he's like, I'd like to say black, but little cream, little sugar."
You know, I'm kind of random.
And then he's like, "How do you take your coffee?" And she goes, "I don't know, coconut milk." And he goes, "Oh, wow." That was it.
Yeah.
But he genuinely meant it.
So-
He
Yeah, oh, yeah,
genuinely
oh,
meant
yeah.
that coconut
Yeah.
fucked his mind
They're
up.
just simple,
Coconut milk
not
holds
self-aware.
his
It's
Holy
goddamn
just,
shit.
mind.
Here's the
it's-
other thing
it's
about the show.
amazing.
If you try to, you can make fun of every single thing.
everything.
Every moment
I
is
kept
a
wanting
joke.
because this season is a real like he doesn't talk to them at all as a person. Like there's been bachelors before that have like gotten to know the girls that you're gonna propose.
he wouldn't
to.
know how.
No, he would not know how. But my favorite thing about him is that Joe, just say anything. Just say anything.
Do you like candles?
Cool.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
He just goes
And then
in.
it gets, oh my god!
I thought
and
he was gonna do it like in
kiss.
hometowns. I thought he was gonna be like to the mom. He's like, "I really love your daughter."
Yeah.
Like, aggressively kissing.
They call him the
everyone.
kissing bandit, and every shot of him kissing looks like he's just destroying
them, but also like he does a weird grab the back of the head thing,
That
and
makes
it
me
makes
feel
think that they
uncomfortable, and you're
don't
just
have
What is he, a
an option.
soprano?
Like-
What's going on here?
Come here. Let me tell you something.
This is something I do want to say about The Bachelor and stuff, because it's like, it's funny. We make fun of these simpletons. We
These
make
are
fun of
real people.
these real people. No, whatever. Well, the one thing I do want to say is that we shouldn't. Like, I think we're done making fun of the fact that, like, this is like, oh my God, I can't believe they're going to get married at the end of this.
they're
What
not.
an unconventional
They're
way
not.
to get married. And it's like, look, whether they get married or not, like, I have no problem with this being the way that these people get married.
Why? Yeah, I would not.
Why
at all.
would you? It's like I think that there's any,
know,
if
bro.
you can think of any reason in the world to get married, this belongs in there. Like, this is just one other way to get married.
Well, also, I feel like I'm like, great, like diminish the population. Like,
yeah,
people
yeah,
that are
exactly.
Yeah, all
still
those
out
people
there
are kind of
being
in the
like-
same gene.
Wait a
pool.
minute. Is there any? Sorry, I have
You're okay.
nothing to add. 'cause
No,
I've
this is
never-
beautiful.
No,
You're
Joe,
okay.
give it. Come
This
in
is
as
something
the
that-
Has
the
anybody
unaware
ever
viewer.
stayed together? Like, is
Oh,
there
yeah.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
the first ever
outside of
Bachelor
contractually
couple,
having to stay together?
No, people stay together.
the
they
first
have children,
Bachelor
they have
couple is
families.
together.
Really?
The
Yeah.
first Bachelor is still married to his first.
And there was like one guy that like.
Did
fucked
he
up and-
ejaculate into her vaginal
Yes,
crevice
I
and
think
make
they
babies?
created a
I think
child.
so,
There's a
yeah.
couple-
Yes.
There's a few. Who
yeah, I
Wow.
mean, some of them work out, some of them don't. It's just like real life, but it's just
It's just like real life. The Bachelor.
is.
Just
Just
like
like
real
real
life.
just like real life.
That's
Oh man,
actually-
but there's
Exactly,
just
yeah.
so much to unpack about that show.
Oh,
There
it
really
really
is.
And I think that, like, we all laugh about everything, but like really the ultimate version of making fun of The Bachelor is Burning Love.
Yes, it's perfect. Have you
Burning
seen
Love is
I've seen
perfection.
like episodes, but not in
Dude,
years.
it is perfect.
Yeah.
Ken
It's just
Marino makes my
perfect.
heart
and his
Unreal.
wife.
I've
His
ever
wife
Yes.
wrote the show.
so good.
Uh,
It's so
Erica Oyama, maybe is her
I'm
name.
not
That
Yeah,
show
I wanna make
cleaned
sure
up
that-
at the Streamies that we were at
Yes.
the first year,
Really?
2012.
And rightfully
Ken Marino
so.
was there, and we
It's-
were all very excited to see
Yeah.
Ken Marino.
He makes my heart sing. So he's one of those where I'm like, why isn't he fucking?
Yeah, Erica
massive?
Oyama.
Like, why
She
isn't
created
he
it and she
so
wrote it.
huge?
Ooh, I saw Ken Marino
beautiful.
last night. I watched They Came Together for the
Dude,
first
isn't
time.
that amazing? Did
I
you
think-
love it?
Great
I thought it
film.
was okay.
I loved it.
It was
I didn't-
funny.
I loved They Came Together.
I think it's funny, and I appreciate the humor 100%. I made it through the whole thing. I just got over the self-referential
Oh, yeah,
beats,
I get it.
which went for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
When they sneeze and the subtitles.
But that was funny.
Spill
That was
it
that
the
was a
same.
little bit different. Like there was a lot of like
Burns
we're
and
doing
Nurbles.
this because you're supposed to do this in this moment. I
That
kind
being
of got
said,
over that.
we wrote. I mean, Delman
But
was
really
been
funny.
writing a movie for 1900 years, and literally like not in a bad way, but because that's how movies take. But like I read a book of like rom-coms and like what you're supposed to do beat by beat.
Oh,
blah,
he
blah,
probably
blah, blah.
read that book,
Oh,
too.
it was
Yeah.
perfection. So for me, I literally was like, ah.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it was
it's just
so...
it's a perfect parody of rom-coms.
Yeah.
I'm
totally
used
is.
to. I liked all the.
yeah.
I liked. Oh, me too, Elliot. Me too.
Absolutely, guys.
He's,
Not-
he's
Guys,
pouring us
Elliot
coffee.
just got up and
still
he's getting
sick.
us all coffee.
I liked all
You're
of
doing
the.
great. You're doing so good. Oh,
Jesus, that was a horrible
Christ.
sound.
That...
That was a horrible sound.
Fuck, I think I
you
spit up.
okay?
Anyway, can somebody give me some like
You
a
want a little
napkin?
rat?
I just spit up a little.
Oh,
bit.
you
You
did.
did.
I thought it was a bit, but you did.
I spit up.
But you just spit up the cream. Your body separated the coffee and the cream.
I just sorry. I got a baby's digestive tract. I just spit up. It just spits right out. Thanks, Elliot.
My favorite part of the movie, parts of the movie, just black
Just a
for
little
me.
black.
I don't think Elliot liked my bit because it's really close to the one that he does a lot.
If you could maybe not like
Or just trademark it.
encroach upon my.
no one else has ever spit water out of their mouth.
Wow.
No, I'll stay away from it.
Wow.
I really will
Yeah,
stay away from it.
Yeah, Elliot, I'm
I
pretty
guess
sure
I
that that bit was first done in The Birth of a Nation. So my favorite parts of the movie, my favorite
That Birth of an Asia is the best spit take I've
Yeah,
ever
so many
seen
good
in
ones.
any comedy.
The water bit has. I'm working the point of the
No,
water
no,
bit.
you got a
It's
minute.
We
leading
can do
to
the point of the
something
water. We can
for,
listen to the
like,
point of the water bit.
down the road. Like I have one last water bit that I'm gonna do, and then it'll be retired forever.
Oh
So
shit,
I
he's
have
gonna
a-
drown himself.
I have a chart.
Shit, did I ruin it? Guys, I think is this episode evidence
God,
now?
Oh man, That
Steve,
fucking got me
that's
so good.
really good.
Man.
That got me real good.
He's gonna drown himself.
Oh shit, he's gonna drown
Joe,
himself.
watch The Bachelor.
Okay.
Joe, just
Does your wife watch The
barely-
Bachelor?
No.
Your wife would.
We're watching.
love
We
it.
just started Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's
this
so
season. I
good.
bawled.
Holy
I
shit.
full on bawled. Just tears streaming down my. And then it was funny because I like tweeted about like bawling my eyes out, and my brother was like, "I'm crying too."
Oh man, it's just He's
He's like, for different reasons. I was just
good.
attacked
It's
by a
like
coyote.
life, you know, but you know.
It's look, reality TV.
Watch your cup.
Oh
there.
yeah,
Oh,
Jesus!
my
What
God.
are we
Holy.
doing here? I mean, what are we even doing?
Oh shit, he's gonna drown
Man,
himself.
what a mess of a first topic we just jumped into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Here's my favorite
forgot I was
part
gonna
about
say, I
that
don't give a
show
shit.
so far. Everybody said, every like man that I've seen that's watched the show, like Harley Morenstein was tweeting about it, like typical dudes are like, I cried every single episode.
Dude,
Yeah.
every
and I
single
understand
episode
why
I got
they.
emotional.
I understand why they do. I'm only one episode in. I'm hooked enough.
Yeah.
I'll finish it up. But my favorite part about it was it kind of like destroyed a stereotype for me, which I thought was fun. Not a gay stereotype, but a Southern stereotype.
Yeah.
They went
Yeah.
down. I think it was North Carolina. I
Yeah.
don't know where
Atlanta.
it was. for sure. But
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, it was Atlanta. Yeah.
They just went into this like old white community with a bunch of old white people, and all these gay guys ran in and were like, "We're gonna change
everyone's
you."
just doing
and
it.
everybody
Yeah.
everybody was like okay with it. They were like, it wasn't weird. There was
Yeah.
no culture shock
No.
or anything. They were like, "We accept you."
Yeah, and
It was great.
And it is such a
Beautiful.
popular thing to be like, ooh, the intolerant South and the right states,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like
That was the most beautiful part of the episode
was
for
so
me. I was like,
great.
"Oh, they're all
Yeah.
so happy for their white
and
old
and
friend."
honestly, like that's. I mean, not to spoil anything, but that's the whole series.
Yes,
it's just,
it is.
it's so, it's.
Well, they
the
say at the
first
very
Queer Eye
beginning,
series
yeah.
was about the tolerance aspect of homosexuality.
was by and then
this is just really about kind of just like helping people. This is
Yeah.
less about like any of the.
they say in the beginning they're like it was tolerance in the first series and now it's acceptance. Like,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we're trying to move
That's
towards.
really cool.
It's
It's
I'm
really
excited
so
to watch
good.
it.
It's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
think it's
really
interesting
is.
that you noticed in yourself that was a stereotype that you had about, because I think we all kind of
Maybe.
have a little bit.
Oh, we
of
all
that.
do have that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
things like,
If
this
I-
is what it is.
Yeah, if I
and you're
pretend to
like,
be a dumb person, I'm going to be like, "Well, what are you doing?" And then I'm
Yeah,
like, "That's my
but wait,
you know,
no.
Yeah.
that's my people." And then
Yeah.
So watch The Good Place, watch The Bachelor,
Watch The
and
Bachelor.
Watch Burning Love.
Burning
Watch
Love,
Burning
And
Love.
watch Queer Eye.
Queer Eye for the Straight.
Watch
Guy.
them
The Bachelor
all.
before you watch Burning
And The
Love
Good
because
Place.
it'll really get you good.
And
Yeah,
Scrubs.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
save Burning Love for
And
last.
And The Prestige.
and Frasier.
prestige.
And watch Elliot's next water trick. He's gonna really gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, talk
Oh,
about
it
The
got me
Prestige.
good.
There it is. There's a magic trick for you.
Okay, who's next?
That was really good.
I can go in.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a very beautifully boring topic.
Are you
but
making? Does it have a thing to do with the statement you're making with your one finger having black nail polish? and
No,
the
that's
others?
just a pure, unadulterated
I
laziness.
didn't know if it was a
But-
What are you?
Chemical-
What are you, Penn
chemical
Gillette?
romance kind
I'm
of
Penn
thing.
Gillette. I am. I lost 104
What are you- what are you
pounds
up?
in 4
What are you
months. Penn Gillette.
Penguin.
I was watching Crashing, and Penn Gillette's on Crashing. What?
Oh, is
what,
he
a
really?
penguin?
Is he
Yeah.
good on that?
He's
What are
on.
you- what
He's
are
on
you,
it
a
for like
penguin with
5
one-
seconds. There's a
one
really
painted
beautiful.
nail?
Actually, Elliot would love it.
yeah.
Hold on. Bree is
Penguin.
watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think.
Can.
And Penn Gillette was in an episode, and it was
Yeah.
really uncomfortably. I don't know. It just didn't work for me because that show is even worse than
Because
The
that's
Bachelor.
a reality show, but he's on Crashing, and Crashing kind of does a Louis thing where they like have all these really
Oh, that's
beautiful
the
comedians
HBO show.
coming. Yes,
Got
they
it,
have
yeah.
them coming in, and Penn Jillette, you would love the episode where
Great.
it's just like really talking about like what if there is a God, what if there isn't a God, and Penn Jillette has this really beautiful monologue in it. But that being said, he's like lost so much weight that I was like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that Penn Jillette?
Yeah, he looks great.
But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when we went to Iceland, we found a bread there.
A bread.
A bread.
A
and if
bread.
you know Andrew Delman at all,
I do.
That's, Lee's husband
that's
for all
my
you new
husband, For all you
listeners.
new listeners, he always has to have a project. Like it's like something that's in his bones and in his blood.
I
he like
bought an
always
old
has,
record player yesterday.
Yes, that he's fixing his old record
He's got those
player or
project
buying an
bones.
old like VW van that he has to rebuild, or like I think forever in our life, or like he tried to learn how to sew for like 45 minutes. It was a journey, but like he
I
always
don't
has
like
a
it.
project.
He has
didn't
hobbies.
like it.
He
has
likes hobbies.
With his
hobbies.
baseball
Sure.
mitten glove hands, he's trying to thread a needle.
Yeah,
He
thank
should
you.
stay away from
He
things
should
that are
stay
that
away
small.
from everything. I promise you, I'm gonna die by those hands.
That man
I know
has
it.
hands. Have you ever looked at Delman?
But by pure
hands?
accident.
They're catcher's mitts.
He's
So
a
he has
monster.
2 catcher's mitts for hands. Also,
Yeah,
like,
if he came at
sometimes
you with
he'll
his
literally, like,
whole hand.
rub me out of love, and I literally am like, huh, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No.
die.
Delman's got plus 7,000 dexterity.
Yes. I either think I'm gonna die by his hands of love, or like his rat toenails are gonna cut me in the middle, and I'm
I don't
gonna
like
bleed
that.
out. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Has he done mani-pedi?
I do it now. Now I'm like,
But have you ever taken him?
yes, and now that's exactly like I'm literally like, this is not an option. Get these rat fink toenails.
It's
He
a
calls
good
him
thing.
Jimmy Talon. It's fine.
Jimmy Talon. Wait, does he enjoy mani-pedi?
Yeah, he likes
Yeah,
it.
me
a
too.
lot. It's a
Have
nice
you done
time.
mani-pedi?
It's a
Oh,
treat.
yeah.
He loves
Joe,
them.
you done mani-pedi?
Sure, I have.
I've done a mani-pedi or
sure
two in
I
my day.
have.
I got
You know
no
who
problem.
hasn't done a mani-pedi? I'm going to throw him right under the bus. Is Mike Falzone. He's
Mike
very
Falzone.
uncomfortable.
Why? He
don't
has
know.
lady hair.
He's
I
got
know.
some East Coast.
Some people don't like being touched.
Machismo?
I had
He
a
does have that
conversation
East
with some
Coast
people at work
machismo.
recently that were like, I don't like massages. And I was like, you're a devil person.
You're
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, I
Real
wonder what's
dumb
going.
dumb.
I always do wonder what's going on with that.
I mean,
with
massages
people.
is a
Like,
whole is a different thing though, because it's very much like your comfort zone, your bubble. You're like
Sure.
some people are uncomfortable with being touched.
Sure.
You know, like I get that, but mani-pedi is like it's such an easy.
Still being
Such a
touched.
simple.
You know
I mean,
what?
it's still
though?
being touched, but not in such an intimate, deep,
I would actually.
getting the wrong
prefer-
mani-pedi. Petties, baby.
almost sensual way.
Oh, almost like a
I
steamy
prefer a
moist.
massage though over a mani-pedi because mani-pedis make me get a little ticklish and I get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
start
do you
going
get
like,
like
hey,
giggle?
and then I start kind of trying to. I almost kick
I
And
them.
then you
guarantee
laugh
they're
too
used to the
loud, and then you
giggle.
got to change
Guarantee
schools.
they're used to the giggle.
Yeah.
I don't want to step on your
Yeah.
your topic.
Yeah.
But I do want to just say something about mani-pedis. Like you've gotten maybe hundreds in your
Maybe
life.
hundreds, yeah.
Okay.
I would venture to say
Can you?
that.
I've gotten like maybe 6.
Sure.
Total
Okay. Yeah.
in the past like 3 years of my
Beautiful.
life.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know what
why is it
Uh-huh.
when you go the people that are working on your toes or hands, they speak at a volume that is indiscernible to a normal ear, but they are all communicating with each other in the lowest
Little
possible
question.
tone.
Are they speaking a different language?
No, not always.
Okay.
But sometimes it's like this. It's like like this is my normal volume of voice.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, I'm like, "Oh man, this is a nice pedicure, feels nice." And then they'll go like, "Oh, thank you very much." And then they get up and they go like, "Samantha." Like as far away as Elliot is. And she'll go like, "Yeah, okay." And it's almost as if they're at a level of audio that we're not at, and the second you move down to that audio level, you can hear it. Like I don't know, have you ever noticed that?
No, I mean I have noticed like indiscernible in the sense of like when it's all communication and I really like listening in that way. And
I just
like,
can't.
I have like I like the people I go to and they'll always like talk shit about other people.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
that's the
They'll always
best.
be like,
That's the best.
This lady comes in every week.
And her fucking toes.
Like yeah, they'll literally be like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and I'm
Her
always like,
Jimmy Talon.
I really her Topher Graces.
She's a very manly woman
Yeah,
with giant
they'll literally
hands.
Be like one of them was like she should go double. She should be a double charge.
Oh,
Because she
wow.
had like very big hands.
Well, I love it. Anybody like even Zoya who works in the hairdressing world, they get a lot of the gossip. They get a lot of the
it's
like.
a
Yeah.
gossipful place.
Because
It
you're just
kinda is
standing there with
fun.
someone. What else are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
what
Oh,
are
when
you
I
gonna
go
do?
see my guy, it is everything.
Oh, yeah.
There are no.
Therapy?
Trump.
Full therapy.
Movies.
Full
sessions?
therapy,
Full
yeah.
therapy session.
Yeah.
So he was cutting my hair and he was like, man, he's like, I don't think we landed on the moon. And I was like, stop that. I was like, conspiracy theories, that's just internal chaos you're projecting outward to try to make yourself feel better. And he's like, no. He's like, how did they take the shot where the thing is landing? And then, long story short, I went home and I watched a documentary. I don't think we landed on the moon. Totally convinced me.
I mean, I think
love
the
it.
idea is that we
And she was
maybe didn't land on the moon when we did, but we certainly have since.
You think?
No.
You think that even if the
What's the
original
point?
wait, you think
we landed on the moon.
well, even if you so I'm just saying, Elliot.
What a foolish thing to say.
Wait,
Joe.
I'm just saying if you think maybe the original
Space
moon
race.
landing is fake,
Yeah.
do you not maybe think that since we've been to the moon?
Let me go ahead and
Guys, this
clarify.
is
I do
assuming
believe
that
we
the
landed
moon
on the
is
moon.
real.
I
Okay?
do. Exactly. So, but the moon is probably real just based off like historical things because ancient civilizations.
Well, and you've seen
Also made of
pictures.
cheese.
It's
You've seen pictures.
And I've seen pictures, and therefore, and pictures can't be fake.
No.
I do believe in the moon, but it is interesting.
I believe in the moon.
I just want to clear up, guys. I definitely believe in the moon.
Oh my god!
Hold on.
I want
I'm one of
that
those
as a
moon
shirt.
truthers.
I do believe in the
there's a thing.
moon.
I do
That's
think-
going to be my new shirt. That's the shirt that I want. Out of everything that we've said,
I wouldn't be
do
surprised
believe
if
in
there
the
were
moon.
people that don't believe in the moon.
It's going to be Tila
plenty of
Tequila. 100% Tila Tequila doesn't believe in the moon.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
And
she's like, shame on you for believing in the moon. And you're just like, oh.
supposed to believe this light in the sky goes away during the day?
This guy. Anyways, the topic was Delman's now into making bread.
Okay, great.
Man,
That's it.
Oh yeah, you touched on that on the last
But
episode.
it's like
Sorry,
a
I
whole
hijacked that.
journey. No, you're fine. It's a whole. I didn't know this. It's like a real deep internet thing, and like making your own bread, starting your own leaven, and then I keep reading
Your
all
mother's-
of these blog posts, and I can't help but like put a voice to like what you're gonna want to do is take that Benetton,
Oh, hell yeah.
and you're gonna want to fold it. Be sure to fold it in a certain way. I like a good double tri-fold of the bread because that's how you get the aeration and the
It's just some
bubbles.
East Coast
just
mom in the.
But like all of it is so deep, and I keep being like, "Who are these people?" And then I realize that I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh no.
Lee.
Talk about it. So you came to the realization. What was that?
Well, I
what
was
that moment
judging
like?
all these people that were like really deep diving into this like bread world where it's like fermentation and yeast and why it's naturally fermenting and like how long the history of bread is, and this guy that went to France and studied it and started Tartine Bakery, and it's like a huge thing. And then I was like, what a nerd. And then I looked to the left and I had 3 sourdough starters that I'd all named. And I'd also gone on Craigslist to be like, sourdough starters. Does anyone know to give me some of their weird flour mixture? Like, what kind of a hellhole am I in?
Has he done like the mother dough? Like what's the stuff
Oh,
called?
it's
The
like
mother
a whole
dough and
mother
like
dough, and then like people have
Is that
like
it? Is it called
starters.
mother dough?
Well, yeah, kind of. It's like a starter, but people have starters from like hundreds.
yeah.
of years.
There's a mother. Yeah, like do you guys know this?
History
No.
bread.
It's very interesting. Like
It
yeah,
is very
there's some
interesting.
breads that are like a descendant of like
Of
breads
breads
from
from hundreds of
centuries.
years
Oh,
ago.
that's so cool.
It
It's
is
really
really
cool.
cool.
That's
It is,
so cool.
and like really diving into it, like that is the saddest part. Is that like I'm like nerd, and then I'm like guys.
No, it's cool.
Bread is respectful.
I
That's
mean,
a-
bread is
very respectful.
fucking delicious.
If you're like,
Well,
'cause, like a
and
baker's
if you
like an
do
old
it-
profession. It's
Yes,
like from
it,
the,
it
Yeah.
totally is. It's
I
like we're
respect
learning
it.
how to cobble.
Yeah,
but
exactly,
like
yeah.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
Yeah.
but no one's gonna
But
sell
better.
our bread, but better.
bread cobblers.
That being
you
said,
can't eat cobbles.
the bread that we had,
Bread
it was
Cobblers was
it
my
a-
favorite Andy Serkis
Oh, I love
film.
bread cobblers. Oh, it's a stop animation by Wes Anderson.
It is. Yeah, I can't wait.
love
After Isle of
it.
Dogs. Yeah.
Oh, bread
Looks so good.
cobblers. But I was gonna ask you guys if there's ever been something that you got so fixated on, because we went. Broad and Company is this place in Iceland. If you ever go there, because it's the best bread I've ever had in my goddamn life. And so we did this weird wormhole of like finding what's the closest to it in America, and it's this Tartine Bakery in San Francisco, which I guess you have to go to that too. But has there ever been something that you found that you're like, I have to have it now? Like I'm fixated. Because that's where
so many
cheddar
things.
is right
That's
now.
what is that? An addictive personality? Like
No,
is
but
that-
you, I think, would be the one that would like Joe sees something. He's like, nah, I'm fine.
Oh, I can't.
But you
leave
can't
something,
leave
yeah.
something. Like you will go
Like
around
that gremlin
every.
on top of the fridge.
Okay.
Like I saw it at a Comic-Con in someone's booth, and I was like, "That's probably too expensive, and I shouldn't have that." And I couldn't stop thinking about it for the entire week.
Ooh.
And at the end of the week, I was like, "I gotta buy the fucking gremlin." So I went and I haggled.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, did you get a better price?
Yeah.
He got
good.
that for $4,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was
good
normally
for
12 grand.
you.
So I got
Good
it way
for
down.
you.
Yeah. There's no reason for it to be that much, but I spent it.
Yeah, I don't have that. The closest I had is probably sneakers. I got
You
into
do
sneakers
clothes
where it's like
things,
clothes.
though.
Yeah, I love clothes, but yeah.
Have you Googled that tiny housekeeping from Black Panther? That outfit that.
I can't wait. I haven't seen Black Panther yet, but when I do, I know.
when you see it,
I'm gonna know.
You're gonna beef it.
That was very unwoke
because
of
it
you,
was
Elliot.
very unwoke. I've seen it twice already.
That is a funny thing. Yeah, like I'm sorry, I haven't
Yeah.
seen Black Panther.
But also the
it's
other
not 'cause
side
I'm
of it.
racist.
But the other side of it is like the Get Out thing. Like I would have voted for Obama.
Yeah, it's
again.
like,
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like I saw Black Panther 4 times.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
loved it.
My favorite, the next day after the Oscars.
I thought it was just as
was
good
that
as the other
meme.
ones.
And that's the thing. I
Just
mean,
as
and it, for no particular reason.
No, the day after the Oscars, they had a meme with the main guy from West Wing and everything, and then he was like, "I totally thought Get Out should have won."
Oh, that's
Like, it
so
was,
great.
like, a
Yeah,
really
yeah, that's
good-
good. That's
I was
good.
like, that's
That's good.
perfection right there.
But
yeah,
I
that's
want to
it.
know more about this bread, though. Like, is it good? Have you
Yeah.
tasted Delman's bread?
Yeah, is
Honestly,
Delman's bread any
guys,
good?
yesterday, we've been doing a starter for the last 12 days.
Oh.
It's a whole, like, you feed it every
bet
single
it's
day.
great.
It's really weird. It's really fun. And then last night was the night where our starter was finally ripe enough. So then you have to make 11. And then today, the whole process literally is insane. It's like you have to let it rise for overnight. Okay, then you take some of that, just a tablespoon of that leaven, and then you start it
What
by
about the
flour
other
and you let
10?
it. You can discard that, or you can give it to your friends so they can also make bread.
Bread community, bread
Bread
community.
Oh,
bread
that's
community.
right. Are there bread traders, like
Yes,
a bread
and
trading
there was
forum?
one that we like ordered off the internet because we were like, what if ours doesn't work and whatever? And it was one, and they're like from the 1700s.
Yeah, man.
This starter's been around from the 1700s.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I'm
Really
into
cool.
it. I'm
So
into
it's
it.
the same starter?
It's
Like,
a real. I
what do
know
you
this is
mean?
real. Okay, so you start it by basically putting water and flour together, and the
Yeah.
natural yeast in the air, and bacteria in the air, and bacteria off your
good baker will sneeze
microorganisms off
into
your
it.
hands. Good bakers will poop or sneeze into it.
Yeah, yeah. Give,
Oh,
give a little
okay.
bit of their
I love that
A
signature.
little
part.
bit.
Yeah.
Microorganisms from your hands, the air, the yeast, it all feeds. It's a healthy fermentation of bacteria. But every day, you have to like take 80% of that, toss it, take 20%, and feed it more flour and water for like 12 days
It's
until
like
it
a
gets
bread
to this point.
baby.
It is. It's like a bread baby until it
Wow.
gets to this point.
That you cut up at
But
times.
no matter what, you're discarding some of it, so you can like discard it and like take it, and then like you can feed your own. So that's why people have starters from like hundreds of years
Yeah,
ago,
it's just-
because
they last forever.
I remember a story that I read years ago about a woman that had a sourdough starter, and it was in the will, and it like literally broke
That's
their
cool.
family apart.
Wow.
Who gets the starter?
Who got the sourdough
Wow.
starter?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. So
technically
people,
you could
families
cut
that
argue
it
being
over the
said, if you
stupidest
have
shit.
a sourdough starter and you don't send it to the P.O. box,
Oh,
I'm just
great.
kidding.
We're going to get a P.O. box full
No,
of
I'm
yeast.
just kidding. I'm
Oh
so
no,
kidding.
we
I'm
are
so
like,
kidding,
what is
'cause
this moldy dough? Yeah.
I'm totally kidding. But DM me your sourdough starter
No,
recipes or anything.
I'd say bring
It gets like real. It gets really real, but it is a really beautiful thing. So
Let's-
long story short, he has to like wait for it to rise for 2.5 hours. Every half hour he has to turn it, and then then it rests for 2 hours. Then he has to proof it. That it's a whole
So
journey. It
walk me
takes about
through, though-
6 hours. I don't think you want to walk through. It's
no,
a
not
long
that.
journey.
Not that. That's too much. But what is it like when you're actually eating it? Are we talking olive oil? Are you talking like, do you guys
No,
put butter
the
on
bread
it?
that we had
It was probably bread
the
purists.
best. It was purest bread.
Yeah, it's like a
it was the
steak.
best, and it's also sourdough. So that like fucking delicious
Don't
tang
you put
of sourdough.
anything on my bread, you son
Yes.
of a bitch?
See, I'm the
Yeah.
guy.
It was
I'm
bread
putting-
snob.
I'd be smearing
Perfection.
country crock on there.
Ooh,
I'd
We
that's
did-
an
okay.
insult.
Yeah.
That
No,
being
you
said,
could. You could. I mean, it's
You
okay.
absolutely could.
It
You
is
put
an
a little
insult,
bit
but
of
it's
jam
okay.
on it.
You
We
put
put
some
some
jam.
bruschetta on it later. But it is
Put a
that
little
bread where you
raspberry-
could literally just, I would and like
Yeah.
move on. Like I would
Cool.
I
Is
would
there
just,
something cool feeling about it not being sliced and you're just taking a
Yeah, and there is
handfuls of
also
bread?
like it has, if it's done right, it has that like hollow crisp
chunk
that you
in
can
it?
just like feel, and it like crisps and
Yeah.
crunches.
Yeah, and it breaks the
Chunk it,
skin on the
girl.
roof of your mouth. It just
That's what I
tears the
don't like,
fuck
yeah.
out of your face.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
chunky.
mean. It's not a mean
not a
one.
mean
It's
bread?
soft.
Okay.
It's a soft crunch.
There
and it's a
are
good
mean
crunch.
breads.
There are mean breads, but this is not it.
Lot
Are you gonna
of
fart?
nice
Don't fart.
sandwich
Do not
places.
fart because
Mean
you've
bread.
had coffee. You
It's
might.
not good.
Hey,
Okay.
look forward to next week's podcast when we, during housekeeping, try Lee's bread.
Yeah, that's true.
I
I
do.
will actually.
Well, you mean
Love
Delman's
to.
bread, but I do want to say.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm
come on, it's
doing-
Lee's.
Thank you.
Is it
I'm
Lee's
90%
bread?
It's
Okay,
Lee's
all right,
bread.
all right, Lee's
100%.
bread. So I want
He'll
to.
stand there. And
I
be
gotta
like,
be
"You're doing
honest with you
great."
though, Lee.
Yeah.
I gotta dip that bread in some soup.
I made a soup last night. I made like a turkey sausage potato soup. So
I
you're
make a
doing
good
great.
stew.
Do you really?
I make a good
You
stew.
seem like
You seem
someone
like a
that would
stew
make
guy.
a good stew.
You're a stew guy.
That sounds
God, you
great.
seem like.
Maybe I'll bring some stew some week.
All right,
Oh.
Joseph.
I
you
would
gotta-
love to sit
We
here
have
for
good
about a
stew
half an
weather.
hour in silence
It is
and
stew
eat
weather.
stew.
It's silent. I love nothing more than sit in a dark room with a bowl of stew.
Oh, what a nightmare of an ASMR that is.
Yeah,
Just four
eating
people
stew.
eating
Fuck.
stew.
Fucking
What about a
eating
guy with a
stew.
giant beard eating stew? Like then it's all in the beard and like that stew's
Also
getting
having
there.
a seizure.
Okay.
Also that.
Like I
Why
mean,
not?
that's the. You asked me what's the one thing that I'm trying to get into. It's that.
Joe, I know you're looking
get
for
it.
the next eating cake while singing cake video.
yeah,
and I
we
think you
really-
might have found it.
Yeah.
Eat stew while having a seizure. It's not even a catchy title.
Well, you know what? Why don't you shoot it first? Because sometimes on paper it doesn't always
Okay.
work.
Yeah, it doesn't translate.
Joe, would you like to do your topic or should I do mine?
Go ahead.
Want me to do mine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, I mean, so this is going to be a little bit polarizing, I think, because
no.
only because like I'm playing. Have you guys heard of the video game Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. I thought it was Kingdom of Hearts, so I'm glad to learn that it's Kingdom
I
Hearts.
have heard of that game, and I played the first one.
Okay, so I'm currently playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time, which is only a
Congratulations.
little bit true.
Kingdom
because
Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
There's also a 2 and 3 is about to come out.
Yeah, but dude, there's such a confusing. The series is incredibly confusing. Okay. Like, so for those of you that don't know what Kingdom Hearts is,
Please.
it's
I'll be back because I know. I'll be right back.
Great. Square Enix is a company that makes a video game series called Final Fantasy. You guys have heard of this
I've
series
heard of
before?
Final
Okay,
Fantasy.
great.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
Joe knows
I
about
did
Final
think
Fantasy.
it was Final the Fantasy, so I'm glad. I'm glad I just learned that.
Clearing up a lot today.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I cleared the room with this topic, huh? So
No, keep talking, Steve. This is really interesting.
no, the Kingdom. So Final Fantasy is an RPG, JRPG series, Japanese RPG. It's very JRPG. It's very fun. A lot of people love it. And so one day they decided to cross over, Disney and.
And Final
Fantasy, yeah. Disney
wait,
and
what
Final
part
Fantasy.
Of, what world of Disney? What, like, is it like the mean queen from Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, it's like anything you can think. Like for some reason, it's an amazing concept.
But is
It's
it all
just-
Disney or
it's
just
all
specifically-
Disney? It's like
And it's
okay,
in the world
in
of
the-
Final Fantasy.
So it's like Final Fantasy and Disney crossed over.
but it's not really related to Final Fantasy.
No, and that's
No.
even more confusing because it's like
Okay.
none of it is canonical in any sense,
Gotcha.
Do they
Gotcha.
have
including
any,
in
like,
the Final Fantasy way.
character
Although,
attributes?
yes, there
Okay.
are characters from the Final Fantasy series that make appearances in Kingdom Hearts.
I'm
but it's
already
so
blacking
It's
out.
so confusing. Basically, let me keep it as simple as I possibly can.
I'd love for you to.
It's Disney characters in a Final Fantasy like world. So Kingdom Hearts is based on a boy named Sora, and he goes on an adventure. He keeps
Sora.
having these weird dreams, and he goes on an adventure and finds out that this evil is entering all of the different universes and
Of Disney?
and of every universe, our universe, the Final Fantasy universe, Disney universe, whatever, and creating evil situations there. And so what happens is this boy is thrown into the Disney universe. So Mickey is the king of this like weird alternate Disney
Okay.
world.
Yeah.
And Mickey is missing. And Donald and Goofy are like warriors that help Mickey in this battle.
They're on your team, motherfuckers.
And they're on your team, and Minnie
I
is
would
there,
love
and
Goofy
Daisy's
for-
there, and so basically what you do, I'm skipping a lot here, but just to make this kind of
Yeah.
succinct, basically what you do is you enter different popular Disney movie worlds.
Okay.
Like you go to the Aladdin world, Agrabah, and then there's the genie's
Cool.
there, Aladdin's there,
Great.
Jafar's there. You go to the Little Mermaid world,
Lion King
and
world?
you go to a Lion King world. You go to a Nightmare
Imagine
Before
them
Christmas
as
world.
levels, if you will.
Yeah, they're levels. You go to an Alice in Wonderland world.
So it's like what Mario had with all the different things. It's like this is your different. Okay.
Yeah, except every
That's
world,
kinda
every
fun.
world is based off of different Disney. There's like a Tarzan world, and then there's for
love
some reason, and then there's
Tarzan.
a
I do.
Hercules. There's a Hercules
I
world.
loved Hercules.
Wish you're just talking about wish fulfillment here, as in you get to play a human that gets to go play in all these Disney worlds that
Great.
you always wanted
Okay.
to do as a
That-
kid.
Exactly. That's as succinct as you can put it.
Sounds
Combined
great.
with a really horrible fighting system.
Okay, and that's
Oh,
kind of
bingo,
where I'm at.
bango.
Like this is
Shade.
this is
Savage.
Kingdom Hearts is an incredibly beloved series. It is just like there is a massive fan base of people that are obsessed with this series,
Do you
and
think it's
rightfully
all
so.
Disney heads.
It could be. It's a combination of Final Fantasy fans and Disney fans, and kind of this intense wish fulfillment of
Sure.
two of the greatest properties debatably coming together, which is amazing. And a lot of people who absolutely adore this series grew up with it. So it's like when you were a kid, you play Kingdom Hearts, and I mean, come on, this thing is like perfect for a growing mind. It's got
Yeah.
adventure, it's got fantasy, it's got Disney, it's got fighting, it's got
Oh, here's a little fun thing that he didn't explain, that when you go to these worlds, which is also part of the wish fulfillment, and it's really fun, is your characters change and their skins change and they mirror
Something
Oh,
from
that
that,
world.
yeah.
That's cool.
Right.
That
like
is
in the
really
Little
cool.
Mermaid world, Sora, the main character you play as, he gets like a mermaid's tail, and
That's
then
cool. That's really cool.
And then maybe one of the weirdest visual designs I've ever seen for a Disney crossover. Donald Duck gets octopus tentacles, and it's maybe the most unsettling thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would be very. I mean,
And
especially
then-
because he doesn't wear pants normally.
No.
So
And then Goofy becomes a turtle, which is cute. Like, it's actually kind of cute and interesting looking, but very strange. It's very
A girdle.
So this enters into kind of like where I'm at. So I'm a 35-year-old man.
Sure, brag alert.
With tentacles.
With tentacles.
They're kind of cute.
And I played Kingdom Hearts. I tried to play Kingdom Hearts when it came out years and years and years ago. And I got really bored because it's just like there's a game style where you grind, which is basically you fight enemies over and over and over again so you could build up your character.
I thought it was like you just like rub up against Brian from junior high and you just kind of grind.
That's a
it
different
out.
grind, baby.
Got it. Good
That's
to know.
that's a
Learn
bump
You
and
did
grind.
do that watching Disney movies,
Have
so
to.
I understand.
You have to.
So anyway, I was very bored by this movie or this game when I was a kid. I didn't have the patience for it, and so now Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, and there was this trailer, and it's amazing. There's going to be Pixar characters in it.
Oh, cool.
That is cool.
It's
That is cool.
there's going to be like Disneyland ride special moves you have where like you call in the train from Big Thunder. I mean, it's
Which is just a fever dream of what the
it's
fuck.
just
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
and that's the thing. The entire series, like what I'm explaining to you guys is as simple as it can be. And there's nothing else I can tell you that will make any sense
Got
about
it.
the game.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Donald Duck tentacles.
It's really one of those things where like if you're a kid, obviously you're forgiving a lot because you're like, these are Disney characters. I don't give a shit what's happening. But as a 35-year-old man who's trying to pay attention to the story and try to make sense of it, it's insane. It's absolutely bonkers.
And you're like, because you're simplifying what you're explaining, you're not even jumping into the fact that he's talking about the Disney half of the game. There is a very heavy Final Fantasy
and insanely heavy Final
influence
Fantasy
on it as well. So the evil, there's like Hades and there's
Yeah.
like classic Disney ones, but there's also just random Final
So you're
Fantasy
like-
characters that
Which
are
are like
just
horrifying and
And,
scary.
and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like in the
Like
JRPG
Sephiroth
world,
is in it, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's so weird, and it's just look, Final Fantasy and JRPG and anime, they all have this kind of there's this cultural kind of drama that is completely different from dramatic works of Western culture, and it's very 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 dramatic, and it's overtly dramatic.
Melodramatic almost.
You mean- Yeah,
Melodramatic,
like, yeah.
yes, and it right, Joe? Like, am I
Yeah,
wrong?
they're
Like,
amazing. I'm a huge.
they're amazing.
I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan,
Yes.
and it's basically JRPGs allow you to basically experience a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a really long story.
Super
You're
rich.
involved in every single beat, every page turn, every story beat that when you move on, it's earned because of things like grinding and leveling up and beating a boss or something like that. So it's like an interactive book that you live, and it's long, like an actual story or movie from start to finish. And the JRPG crossover thing that you're talking about with Disney makes a lot of sense. It's weird and it's a fever dream because you're taking
It's
all these
such a
elements and
fever
you're slamming
dream.
them together. But like I said, it's that wish fulfillment because you are getting to live
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Disney stories. You're getting
Yeah.
to earn every single beat, every
Yes.
single step. And it's not the first time that Square Enix has done this. They did it with Super Mario RPG
That's
back
right.
in the day on SNES.
That's right.
Same damn thing.
That seems like
Took
it'd be cooler.
JRPG and Mario, slammed it together and turned it
And
into
it's awesome.
an RPG.
It's
And it's
fun.
really good.
It's very fun, and also very like there's a culture difference in dialogue, and it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. It's fun. Like
But
one
you're
of the
saying, as a 35-year-old man, you're really fucked up
that's
with this
not like
storyline.
super anime. That's not super JRPG. Like I it's just it's I'm having a time with it, and in fact, I've been streaming it on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the Zaragoza.
No shout outs.
No, shut up.
Sorry,
Is it
Joe.
the Zaragoza?
The Zaragoza.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Put a little article before his name there.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
Wow,
thank
good for
you. You know,
That's a little bit of
Prestige!
Thank you, Joe. But I've been playing through it, and it's been hilarious because I'm encountering so many weird things. Like, basically, what I just bought is they've
That's what
collected.
that thing you put on Instagram, and you were like, oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
says like bowels. Like, there's
Yeah.
a moment where Sora, Goofy, and Donald go into the bowels of Maestro, the whale from Pinocchio.
Sure.
You go into and you're literally hanging out by its asshole.
I've seen that screenshot a lot on the internet of just bowels.
Yeah, bowels. Yeah, that's
You're just like,
where.
why?
Yeah, I'm there. I just beat that area. But
Hey,
anyway.
man, you got to imagine if they didn't light that fire, that's where Geppetto was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
He was going to the bowels.
But anyway, like so Square Enix released a remaster of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Good for
And it
them.
looks beautiful. It's a great reimagining of the series. All the textures are great. And so in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3, which is coming out. So I bought the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 collection because I want to play through them so I can play Kingdom Hearts 3.
Good for you.
But it
Steve.
also
Good
includes
for you.
like 9 other games, like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts
Who
Battle.
has the time?
It's just insane how many. It's just so confusing.
I'm seeing this as like in my mind as you explain it, like a very silly sketch that's just you voiced over, and you're just like frustrated at every.
That's
turn
exactly
with
what it
this
is.
Game, where you're
It's
like
totally that.
opening it and you're like excited, and you're opening it and you're confused, and you're excited and you're playing it and you're confused, and like
Yeah, I mean,
everything is punctuated with you just being like,
Yes.
"What's going on?"
And that's the thing. Like I'm having fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't
But
be
you're
doing
also
it.
like a Disney head boy.
I'm a Disney head. I'm having fun with the Disney shit. And look, I played Nino Kuni and
Ooh, so good.
I
Love
played-
Nino Kuni.
Hilarious.
yeah, Sloth is my favorite character.
which is so great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elliot. You know, whatever. I just the thing is like I've played JRPGs and whatever. It's fine. It's just the controls kind of aren't fun. And I hear Kingdom Hearts 2 is
you're
better.
like, what's the big deal?
I'm just like, no, I get it.
Why don't you
People
just
who grew up
drop
with
it? Why don't you just
No, because
leave
I
it?
want to. I want to
Oh,
get through
okay.
it. I want to experience it. Like I get why everybody loves it.
This is his bread, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
is my
is-
bread.
this is
This
bread.
is
Your
my
Delman
This
bread.
is my
It
bread.
is
I'm
Delman
Sorry,
yes.
your Lee bread.
No,
Thank
you're
you.
right.
I mean,
You're
no,
right.
it's
This
his-
is totally
yeah,
what
it's
it
fine.
is.
This is
your
Lee's
bread.
bread.
This is
Yeah.
Lee's bread in video game form for me.
This is exactly it.
So,
Yeah.
but I just like I would love to just show you guys what I'm talking about at some point, just so you so like maybe the next live stream I could just show you a bit
Yeah.
of Kingdom Hearts. That way you guys can just see how fucking weird it is
Yeah.
and how
Yeah, I'm ready.
absolutely confusing as shit it is.
It looks insanely confusing.
I just honestly just the title screen. I can do like an hour of material on the title screen. I'm not even kidding. It's insane. So anyway,
Cool.
that's my
I love
topic. Kingdom Hearts. So weird,
That's
so
crazy,
fun.
man.
Love it. Yeah.
I
Great.
really like. What's been your favorite level so far?
Oh, I'm in the Nightmare Before Christmas world.
Oh,
That's
that's a
probably
good
cool.
and I haven't been there for
one.
very long, but I
Oogie
already
Boogie
love
there?
it. He has to be.
He's
It
probably
has
he's
to
probably
be
the bad guy in the
lovely.
level.
Yeah, all the villains are
Yeah.
together. So it's like
Oh.
Hades and like Maleficent and
I don't know.
Ursula.
I to date, Ursula's my number one.
number
of,
one.
like,
She's so great.
She's so because she's
Kinda
also
sexy.
Like, yeah,
Sassy,
also
sexy.
sexy, and just like she just. Well, I think as I get older, I empathize so much more with her now.
Oh, yeah.
Ursula?
Like Ursula,
'cause she's
as
like-
I get
yeah.
older, I'm literally just
Yeah.
like, I get it, baby.
Yeah.
Like you fucking
Yeah, fuck you,
You-
pretty
fuck
kids.
you,
with
pretty
your
kids
fucking,
and your
with
fucking
everything you've ever
voice
wanted.
and your legs,
your
and like
kingdoms.
King Triton's fucking her over, and I'm like, good for you. Like,
Yeah.
go get yours, and just.
When
I love
Ursula
it.
becomes human.
Dude, yeah, way hotter,
Oh fuck!
way hotter.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Remember? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, so hot.
yeah, I get that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I totally
Yeah.
get it.
Okay.
Hey, what's
Totally
the
get
there's a stage that the internet was freaking out about in this third one when the trailer was released. Everybody's really happy.
I think it's a
The Lord
Pixar.
of
I
the
think it's a
Rings.
Monsters Inc.
I think it was Monsters Inc.
that's
Yeah, and Goofy
good.
And
is
Goofy
like
looks all weird.
So weird. He looks because again, like Joe was saying, all the characters that you play
Yeah.
as change into the
Yeah, that's
universe type characters,
weird
and so
and crazy.
a Monsters Inc. Goofy looks fucking weird as shit. It's really
I
fun.
love Goofy.
Cool.
Like
Hey.
he looks like a Monsters Inc. computer animated.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really makes me.
Um,
happy.
let
Oh,
us
wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts has an insane voice cast too.
good voice cast,
Oh,
great
really?
music as well.
Yeah, there's like a ton of like amazing voice actors. Like
Is it like people that have been there forever?
yeah,
and
yeah,
ever?
yeah. Let me see. Hang
Is it
on.
like Tom Hanks's brother?
Yeah, it is Tom
Yeah.
Hanks' brother, John
Darren-
Hanks.
Checking now. Yeah, it is.
It is actually. I'm looking right at it. It is.
No, literally. Is
Okay,
Tom Hanks'
Haley
brother
Joel
in it?
Osment.
Whoa,
Uh,
wingo bango.
Jim Cummings, who's amazing.
Yeah, he is great.
Who else am I looking at here?
Look and see if it's Tom Hanks' brother.
Yes, here we go. Tom Hanks' brother.
Right? Wonderful.
Tress McNeil, who's amazing, who's just a cartoon voice, but
But
she's
you know
great.
that, like, like Tom Hanks' brother does all of his other Woody stuff.
Oh, does he? Is that
yes,
is that
that's,
what,
the,
is
that's
that
the
what that
whole
is?
thing. Tom Hanks'
Coffee?
brother
Oh, there
does
you
like,
go.
I love you.
That's so great.
Tom
I don't
Hanks'
know, whatever.
brother
Okay.
does like all the pull string Woody toys. That's Tom Hanks' brother's.
Really?
voice. Yes.
Wow.
Like
good
it's
for him.
because he does. Yeah.
It's interesting. I wonder
It's
how
like-
like
Look,
residuals and pay work in that instance.
I'm sure it's the same thing.
I'm sure
He's
it's
a voice
complicated.
actor. I'm sure it's complicated, but it's the same thing. He does a lot of his VO work, like a lot of his VO
Wow,
work.
good for
Tom
him.
Hanks'
Yeah,
brother.
man.
It's like
But
what a
I'm
real Clint Howard situation.
I know,
he's
but
got going
honestly,
there.
all I wanted to start a female punk band called Tom Hanks' brother.
That's
all I've
Tom
ever
Hanks' brother.
wanted.
Let us know down in the comments or whatever. Let us know what your favorite Kingdom Hearts
Oh yeah, let us
game
know
experience
that.
has
Also,
been.
your
Yeah.
bread recipe.
Yeah.
What's your
Also,
favorite bread
do
recipe?
you think that pixie girl from The Bachelor is an evil plant sent
No,
here from
I
an
think she
alien
is,
world?
and as you get further on down the line, you're gonna be like, oh, she is evil, but
She's still my
she's
favorite.
still fucking cute.
She's
as
she's
shit,
adorable.
man.
She's got a porcelain.
Oh, you're talking about
never
the-
seen
you're
her
talking about the
face.
pixie
little
girl?
baby
Yeah.
face.
Oh, she's
yes.
I have a crush.
Oh,
I'm
I
I'm
get
telling you,
it.
but she
I
knows
get
it.
it on
She
every level.
knows what
She
she's
knows
doing.
it.
She's
She
got
knows
everything
exactly.
she wants. She's gonna have a
She'll
career after
be.
this.
Oh
show,
yes,
is what I'm saying.
and she will be the one on like Bachelor in Paradise where it's just a clusterfuck of idiots. Oh, I
She's
can't
so smart.
wait.
The way when she's doing her confessional, she refers to the girls as the girls, so she separates herself like
Really
with
smart.
her language.
Really
She's
smart.
so smart. She knows. She's
Really smart.
brilliant.
Okay, really quick.
She's
Here's some
gonna
more
fool
voices
everybody.
in Kingdom Hearts. Hayden Panettiere, Billy Zane, Mandy
Cool.
Moore.
Billy Zane. That's
Whoa,
great.
whoa.
Hey, what's the movie that Billy Zane was in that I can
Demon
never-
Knight.
Rocketeer.
Close, close.
The Phantom?
The Phantom. That's what it is. I knew. Yeah, because I was
Phantom's
like,
great.
There was one podcast where you're like, "What's your favorite Marvel?"
Oh, you were gonna say
and I
The
was trying
Phantom?
to say- But I couldn't think of
Dude,
it. So I was just like the
I
Phasm,
remember-
the
It was
Phantasm.
supposed
the...
to be really
I
good.
know.
I love the Phantom
And
growing up.
when
I
the
love the whole
Phantom-
storyline.
Yeah, it's not.
I
I mean,
loved
whatever.
it.
It's goofy. But
It's
when the
cheesy,
Phantom
but-
came out, you know how it's like about this ring, like the
Yes,
ring with
yes,
the skull on
yes,
it.
yes, yes.
7-Eleven had a replica ring you could get, and I fucking
7-Eleven.
freaked the fuck out about it.
See, there's your Delman bread.
Yeah, there's my
That's
Delman.
There it
bread.
is.
There's my
You
Delman.
have consistent Delman
Joe,
bread.
you have something. I feel
Christy
like-
Carlson Romano is also a voice in the game.
Jesus Christ, not in the game.
Sean Astin.
That's cool.
That
I like
is
that
cool.
guy.
I love
All right,
Sean
Joe, what do you
Astin.
got? What's
Real
the
quick, I
top?
want to give you homework, Elliot, because I
Oh.
just want to know your reaction.
Right.
Please watch Demon Knight on Netflix.
Elliot watch Demon
Watch
Knight.
Demon Knight.
Okay, Joe.
What is Demon Knight?
It's just
I'll
a
watch
fucking
Demon
Tales
Knight.
for the Crypt
and watch,
movie.
And watch
my
From
God,
Dusk Till
why?
Dawn. I just
Oh,
want to know
yeah.
how you
From
feel.
Dusk
Dude,
Till
wait a
Dawn.
minute, wait a
I
minute.
love
I feel like From
Till
Dusk
Dawn,
Till
though.
Dawn I've heard
Okay,
of, so I
Nope,
listen.
nope. Next week.
Hold on,
next
hold on.
week.
We need to have a Valleyfolk like movie night. Maybe
Yes,
we can
we could
even
do a
find a way
Twitch
to include
one.
the audience in that. We
Like
gotta
we did
watch
with
a movie
Coco?
together or whatever. Yeah, like we did
Well,
with Coco.
Coco's nice
But
'cause
dude,
it was
I would
just us
love to
hanging
watch Dusk Till Dawn.
Will you
with
watch
guys.
both of
Dude,
those movies for me?
I got full grounded for watching From Dusk Till Dawn because I lied and said I went to some other movie and it was like
yeah.
because
Don't
I
tell him
needed,
anything about it.
I needed
Oh,
to
yeah,
see
don't
From
tell
Dusk
me
Till
Salma
Dawn.
Hayek.
That sounds very
Don't tell him
Yes.
a thing about
And
it.
then my parents only knew what they saw in the trailer, so they were
Which
just
is-
like, "This
yeah.
is a demon movie.
Yeah.
It's a full-blown demon
too much.
movie."
The
Too
devil
much.
made it.
Devil.
Okay,
Going
Joe.
cold.
Sorry.
Going cold. Break out your phones, guys. Break out your phones
Oh,
because I
fuck.
have
Wait,
a.
are we
Oh, I
gonna-
can. I'm
we
using my
can't.
phone
That's fine,
to
but
record.
you'll be able to answer.
Great, great.
Okay.
So,
Do I need to be on Wi-Fi? Because Steve makes me
fine.
not do
So
it.
you know how
No, you don't need to be on Wi-Fi.
I forget the company that's doing it. I actually think it might be a crowdfunding campaign, but they're bringing out those dumb phones, is what they're calling them.
What are those? Are they
they're-
basically reverting back to
Yes,
every?
they're
okay.
like it's
It's
only,
something hipsters are going to be
You
all
only
over.
use it
Fuck
for
off.
calls, text, and like really utilitarian things like
So my dad.
directions.
Yeah,
They're
GPS.
just, they
right?
should call them my dad phones.
Let's call them less
We'll call 'em
distraction
Owen
phones.
Owen phones.
Anyways, that's kind of like a thing that's kind of hot right now and coming out. But it started making me think about like the dumb distractions and apps that I have on my
Yeah.
own phone.
Oh, I love that.
So I wanted to ask you guys, what are your favorite dumb apps that you have? Or even just favorite app that you
Oh.
have on your phone. It may not be necessarily like important, but it's just something that you freaking love or maybe are a little embarrassed about.
I
that
think you
it's
should
on
do
your
most.
phone.
I did a game for a long time called the most embarrassing app on your phone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would
know
play
about
this
that
with
one.
a lot of people. I played it with like Grace Helbig and everyone, and the Swift Life. Okay, wow, Elliot.
Elliot
wins.
has the Swift
He has
Life.
the Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
wow.
The
What
Swift
is
Life
it?
App.
What is the Swift Life?
You collect points and stuff.
Okay, great.
You
No,
kind of you
no,
Someone tells me
Elliot,
it
no,
has something to do with a
no.
girl you're
Oh
seeing.
my god.
Nope.
No,
it's,
Elliot.
It's all me.
What do you do? What do you do? What's the point of the app?
You collect points and stuff.
Oh my god! I'm not kidding. My nipples inverted. Like
Okay,
I
but,
felt him
but seriously, which
fall back in my
girl
body.
that you're seeing made you get that? Is what I want.
No, there's no girl. He's been obsessed with Taylor Swift since
Oh,
day
I get it.
one.
Taylor Swift's great.
I like
She's a
Taylor.
talent.
Leaps over her.
She's an absolute
I
talent.
thought it'd be funny to download the app, and then I got
She's an
kind of
absolute talent. Is my favorite thing you've ever said.
She's absolutely brilliant.
She
Thank
is
you
a
for
she
hearing
is
me
a
out.
talent. She is.
That's my
But
answer.
I just love like that man.
I
Who's
need-
that man?
yeah.
She's
I
an
need more
absolute
elaboration.
talent.
I
What
mean,
the hell is
Elliot
it?
likes pop music. I
What
think
do you
that's
do on
fine.
the
So you
app?
get
A
points
long
and stuff.
time to I do like pop music, and
What
I
are the
do.
points for?
The points are I guess
my
the higher
God.
points you get, the more of points you have.
What is it a game?
That's cool. Now I'm interested.
You like if you like somebody's photo, you get like a point, and then like you unlock songs.
Is it
of
a
hers.
social app?
Of course, it's a social app.
No,
and,
but not of course because
I'm at level
so far-
3.
What are you doing? How are you unlocking?
But
the
it kind of
points?
tells you what to do. Like, yeah, it's a social app, and then you can post. Oh, see, I have like right here. So I click on my little thing, and I can tap the pack to open it. So you get like gift.
You got a
packs and
gift
stuff.
on the Swift app.
And
The Swift.
Would you
Life.
just
Show the
so then
camera,
you kinda
Elliot.
like-
Show the camera.
Show the camera, Elliot?
Oh, okay. So
Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, don't
everyone,
be
this is
scared.
Taylor Swift app. So then and then let me see what I got here. So it looks like I got So you have a Taymoji collection, and you collect
Like Tays on Day?
I like Tays on Day.
But
It's
also-
like emojis, but in the Taylor Swift app, it's for Tays on Day.
Very niche.
And yeah, so I've collected I have 2 bags. I have a couple hearts, and then I have one of these. She looks, she's where she says, "Are you ready for it?" And
it doesn't matter how many points you get, Elliot. She's never gonna talk to you.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, do you feel like, are you waiting for that tweet where you're like, this
She's
is how
never
many
gonna
points
fill
I have?
that blank space
I
in your
definitely
heart.
think that this being a public thing that I have this for sure
love
will
it.
prevent her from ever talking to me.
Blank
Absolutely.
space in your heart.
What did you say?
You- Elliot, this is gonna be your Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. You're gonna finally get with Taylor Swift, and she's gonna literally like some fucking emoticon of like Swift life thing is gonna
and she's
pop
gonna be
up
like,
on
"Oh,
your
shit,
thing, and
he's
it's
a
gonna be
fan."
like, "Wah, ba, da, ba," and she's gonna be like, "What's this?" And it's gonna be like so uncomfortable.
I'm just
and
gonna be like, this is
embarrassing.
why you want to be with me because
Joke's
you're
on you,
fucking
Lee. I
obsessed.
turned the push notifications off.
Okay, good.
Now.
Before we move on, just one last question. What's the most fulfilling moment that you've had with that app? Like when you like achieved something that you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
When I got like an actual random person to start following me, like a stranger who had no
On the
idea.
Wait,
that,
is
like,
it like a social media
Yeah,
thing?
it's like a social media app that's just for
Oh,
Taylor
okay.
Swift
But you get
fans, and you
points.
have to be a Taylor
It's actually
Swift fan to
pretty
get
smart.
it. Yeah, and you get
So
points
how many
and,
gross dudes use it?
at least one.
Including you.
I think it's just you and a bunch of 14-year-olds.
That's okay. Let Elliot have his fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lee.
Right now,
What bad
I'm
can come
playing
from
a
that?
lot.
I don't
Excuse
know.
me. Excuse me. Right now, I'm playing with an app called. Well, I'm working a lot with cryptocurrency now, and I
Oh,
got a little
Jesus
bit into
Christ.
Bitcoin. So I'm using an app called Coinbase, and I'm kind of just keeping my eye on just the ups and downs of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And
How's it going?
just
Quit
it looks
saying
it's nice.
cryptocurrency.
Well, it's cryptocurrency, so going.
really
I'm
talk
looking
about
into it. Yeah,
Do you feel like it's a good real thing?
It's a bubble, like a lot of people say, and
It
it'll
is.
pop any moment. And,
I can't wait for the documentary, the cryptocurrency documentary of
Yeah.
like Bitcoin, and just like watching these people's lives fall apart.
Well, I mean, the idea. I mean, no smart person is putting their entire life savings into Bitcoin. Anybody who's using it properly is putting only what they can
Delman and I
afford to lose.
overheard at a bar, and it was my favorite of a girl being like, "We have a Bitcoin, don't we, babe?"
Yeah, sure, honey.
That's my favorite. Of like, we have a Bitcoin,
Well, I
don't we,
just
babe?
love it when
One Bitcoin worth right now.
right now I think one is worth like $8,000 or something, or $10,000.
It's hurting. I didn't like it. If
Okay.
it's a problem, I can put it back up.
No. I just thought you might have forgot.
Yeah, Elliot, don't you want to hear the bass of my voice when I get close?
Elliot's headphones aren't on for those just listening.
Also, just for Elliot, I'm gonna play the music again, the theme music one more
that's
time,
beautiful.
just so we can get into the zone here.
Beautiful. I don't think I have any embarrassing apps on
I like
my
a lot. I
phone.
mean, it's not necessarily embarrassing, right?
just
it's just
a
like
weird
apps
one.
you're
Just-
using.
just a
Steve,
weird
I
one.
feel
Oh,
like
I
you have
do.
something way more
I have
interesting
a
than
ton
that
of
on your
no.
phone.
I was just joking about the cryptocurrency thing, like a little bit. Like I don't actually. I mean, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
This is really crappy coffee. People are not wrong.
It's Starbucks.
is
It's
really
Starbucks
garbage.
is
Really?
shitty coffee.
I thought it was fine, and I don't like
no,
coffee.
it's shitty coffee.
It's just-
It
it's
is.
just
my
burnt.
bones. I
It's
just
burnt.
need. If only we had like real good around here.
Yeah.
LA does have good ones, but it's all like in weird holes of
Yeah.
across the city.
Yeah, wait in line for it.
Hey, I will say
I'm
though,
trying to
getting that
think.
big old box of coffee, the price,
Yeah.
for as expensive as
uh,
Starbucks can be, that box of coffee
box of
is.
coffee.
This
Mwah.
isn't as
Lasts
interesting,
forever.
but a game. I'm actually absolutely obsessed with this game called Disney Emoji Blitz right now.
Oh.
It's 100%.
Wait, I've heard of this and I've heard great things.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a children's game, I'm sure. But of
Beautiful.
course, with just like any Disney thing, adults have taken over and made it gross and weird.
Yeah.
Just like Disneyland and annual
Yeah.
passes and all that shit.
Get out of my line, you 4-year-old.
I'm wearing a vest with patches on it. It says
Can
I'm
I
in
have
a
your pin?
Disneyland. Have
Can
you
I
guys
have
heard
your
about this,
pin?
by the way? One day I'll bring this up on the podcast, but there are Disney gangs.
Sounds like you just
Yeah,
did
no,
it
I've seen
today.
it.
Legitimate
You just
Disney
brought it
gang.
up
No,
on
no,
the
no. I'll bring it
podcast.
up. We'll talk more about it on
Okay.
another podcast. But there's Disney gangs and there's controversy with
Yeah.
the conflicting gangs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
There's the
Yeah.
there's the Under the Sea gang. There's MS-13. 13.
Like, I know you're
There's-
joking, but that's totally
total
what
thing.
they're
It's
called.
a-
Like,
I've
they're
seen
they're
it.
like
It's, like,
Waltz
really
Waltz
weird.
boys and like
It's like Hell's
the Main
Angels,
Street-
but with like Disney patches
Yeah,
on their vest.
yeah,
But wait, they go to
they
to
all
Disney?
go as groups
Yeah.
and they kind of have they
Looks
have,
like we're talking about this now.
they do like meetups. No, I'm gonna save it for next time.
100%.
like Lana
I
Del
would
Rey,
join.
100%
Oh,
infiltrated.
I'm in.
I mean,
If
we
they
should
ask,
just start
I'm
one. We
in.
should start one. We should call ourselves like the Valleyfolk. Like,
what would
Dang.
you be though? Like,
No, I
what
want it to be
subset?
like super, just out there though. I want it to be a very niche gang.
well,
like
just remind me next
the
time we'll
Tiki
get.
Room butt fuckers.
Yeah.
or something.
I like that. Yeah, you just walk around Disneyland with a
know
vest
how
and
I
the
feel
Tiki Room
about
butt fuckers. I-
But I kind of want a Donald Duck, and I do want to be like
gang.
shirt and no pants in this.
yeah,
game.
yeah. I mean, look, we'll talk about it next time. Remind me, this will be my topic next
Okay,
time. But
great.
anyway, Disney,
Disney
Emoji,
Emoji
Blitz.
Also, we're naming the podcast Tiki Room Butt.
The Tiki Room
Yeah.
butt fuckers. Yeah, that's a great.
to.
Okay, so anyway, Disney Emoji Blitz is just one of those like fucking Candy Crush magic
Love it.
games,
I
but
love
like,
those.
but they're Disney characters. They're little
Beautiful.
Disney cute emoji
Downloading
versions.
it right
I mean,
now.
honestly, it's insanely cute. It's fun.
it.
It's competitive. You're trying to collect all the emojis. Like right now, the emoji I'm using is really rad. It's the Hatbox Ghost from the Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like really cool characters in it. Like there's
That's really
Kermit
cool.
and Fozzie, and there's like
Oh, I love
there's
Kermit
like
and
there's
Fozzie.
Coco characters, and they're all cute
That makes me
looking.
happy.
Anyway, I'm obsessed with it. I actually spend real money on it.
Oh,
It's a
no.
problem. Yep.
When we
Disney,
were
yep.
flying, oh sorry,
After you.
when we were flying back from Iceland, not to bring up Iceland, but I had a mother moment with Delman where I introduced him to Candy Crush because I like
Oh,
downloaded it on the
man.
phone, and I literally felt like a full mother where I was like, "Here you go, honey. So you're just gonna line up the diamonds.
Okay.
You're gonna line up the this, and you're gonna line up this, and literally like." For 4 hours, he was out.
Wait, so
For
the
full-
candies, when
yes.
they're red, they
and literally
get-
that
they
was
get-
that was so much of the conversation of like,
Is there a bread crush game?
Can
Can I spend money
I
on
don't have
this?
any more.
I'm gonna spend our money on this.
He literally was. He would,
So the red ones look yummy, though.
no, he would literally be like, I don't know my moves. I was like, oh
don't
my
know my
god,
moves.
that's a full mother. But I imagine that this is going to be one of those where I'm going to be like, this is called Disney Emoji.
So
Blitz.
yours is
You're gonna be here.
I hope he loves
What
it.
do you in Disney Emoji Blitz? Is it like
I'm
a Candy
ready.
Crush, or is it like an online
You're
game where
lining-
you're
It's like-
interacting with
lining up.
people?
No, it's like a Candy Crush, and the
ready.
the
Oh,
only
no.
I'm
interactive
ready.
part of it
Bye.
is that there's a Facebook element where you connect it to your Facebook and you can compete with friends.
Yeah, and then like Courtney Blompson from Oakhurst, California,
Sends you an
is
invite
like,
or whatever.
Please play.
Guess
and I'm
what,
like, you
though?
have children.
Guess what though? I've been playing this game for like 6 months now, maybe 5 months.
Good for you.
And I've never gotten any kind of intrusive blank wants to challenge you and whatever. I've never gotten any spam. I've never gotten it's just a really like it's just a fun addictive game. But it is one of those things where like you get like 4 lives to start out with, and then when
have
you're
to buy your
done with the 4
lives.
lives, either you wait like 10 minutes and you get 4 more lives, or you can spend $1 and you get like 80 lives.
There's your money. Your
Steve.
full money.
Yeah.
Is
Oh yeah. I'm a
Steven,
sucker, dude.
Steve.
I'm being suckered. But here's the thing, man.
Oh, no.
If I'm either spending $1 on a cool emoji game or $1 on a Taco
I just feel
Bell.
like this is the beginning of.
All right.
I don't think that's the connection. I feel like this is the beginning of
you-
like us cut to 8 months later where we're like, this is an intervention.
Yeah. Do you log
See,
that dollar in
when
mint
you
on your
first
budget? Oh well, I was gonna.
Actually, I do
Dollar
have
bar.
Mint, and it hasn't become a problem there
Oh.
yet. Mint is a great app.
Mint
It's
is a great
amazing.
app.
Yeah. I'm gonna use it one
Lee,
day.
I
what's
have
a
one
weird
called
app you got
Numbers.
there, baby
I
girl?
don't have. I mean,
You gotta
I
have
wish
something.
I had more.
I mean, I
better
could take
ones.
I could take.
I think
just a
you
If
look.
you want to take a look, I do have a really good one. This is for females called Flow, where it tracks your period.
Oh, I've heard
Okay,
about that.
That's
Dude.
enough.
Do you get
That's
points?
enough.
Honestly, though, you don't
get
get points,
points.
and
Do you
I
collect
wish
emojis?
so
Can
you
bad.
connect it to the
like,
Taylor Swift
connect
app?
it, you, like slough your uterine lining, and you're like, oh, we're all sloughing today, yay!
Can you
I
mark
wish.
if it's a heavy?
You can, and you can
uh,
also mark like if you're like super horny and like
Wow.
stuff.
Wait,
like, it's
why
like a
is
really,
the
my ovulation is in 10 days,
you guys the
guys.
logo's a
shit.
feather?
Yeah.
Why? Why is the logo a
I
feather?
have no because
it's
what's the
tender.
alternative?
It's flowing?
Honestly,
Like on
yeah,
the air?
maybe
What do you
it's
want to
'cause,
be,
like,
a
it's flowing.
pussy?
Yeah. What is the alternative? Honestly,
Joe,
like,
you want to be a fucking pussy?
Like maybe a river?
oh, I love a good river.
Like a
I want it to be
waterfall?
like,
Like
an
a stream?
ant,
Like a red waterfall.
like
you
an
know?
ant flow, being like a little old lady, being like,
Yeah,
what
that's
what if
funny.
it was just
I like
what if it was
that.
just like a red circle?
yeah, that would make more
Simplistic.
sense.
So listen, my hair guy, when I was getting my hair done, in addition to convincing me that we didn't land on the
Sure.
moon, he
Periods are
definitely
fake.
has this thing.
Periods are fake.
And I hope he doesn't mind if I'm bringing this up. I'm keeping him anonymous, but he
Yeah,
has
I
this
think
thing
you
that
should.
I think we can kind of.
He's a patron on Patreon?
He has a
His name is Jerry from the
Um,
Tiki Room Butt
Jerry
Fuck.
from the Tiki- yeah. He definitely gets horny in Target. Specifically,
What?
And I was like, first of all, that's
get it.
hysterical, and it's great that you know that. And I was like, I think it might be because I was like, on some subconscious level and some subliminal level, the Target logo is just a red circle inside of a red circle, and you're entering in to like this thing.
Interesting.
But he says anytime he's in the store, he just looks, he's just feeling like amped up the entire
What
time.
happened to
I
him
talked
in
to
a
my-
Target, you think?
I
hair
know.
lady
I asked the
about-
same thing.
yeah.
Not that.
Yeah.
My hair lady is just like, how's your day? And
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, great.
How's your day? What
Do
makes
go
you
to the
horny?
same hair-
I used to get really horny in line
How's
for
your day?
the
Have you been inside of a
ET
Target?
ride.
Oh my!
You get, would it like be like Boner Town in line for the
Yeah,
ET
like I get like
ride?
it was almost like because it. I don't know. When you went in line for the ET ride,
All of these
it's
are very
like,
unnormal,
It's
but I
not
love
about
them.
ET at this point. It's like the pine, like the pine smell, maybe.
Sure.
I don't know, but it's like I don't get a
Sense
boner
memory
when
is
I
a
look
big
at my
deal.
ET.
There's a gift
It's
that
not
gives
ET.
me a lady boner. There's
It's
a
not
full-
ET.
I
Oh
want
my
places
God.
to make me horny.
Yeah, it's
I don't
weird,
have a
right?
place.
Yeah, it used to make me
I
horny.
haven't-
I was
I
also a
haven't-
teenager.
If
so.
I'm at the beach makes me. But I think that's pretty
I've
common.
never,
but the
I've
beach
never
makes me
been
super
place
horny.
or like a
horny.
pool makes me
I wanna
horny.
be
Being in a
location
pool.
I wanna be
horny.
location
Do you ever get horny in a
too,
pool?
Joe.
You ever get horny in a pool or a jacuzzi?
No. I mean, jacuzzi, sure, but
Strip clubs? You ever get horny in a strip club?
No.
Me neither.
Man,
Library.
I want to be
Library.
locationally
Yes.
horny. This isn't
Full.
fair. I had a girlfriend in college that like would get that in museums. Like the art would and the culture
Weird.
would like get her going.
It might be just because you.
I've never been location horny. I'm so sad about that.
Really?
I'm really upset.
I'm bummed
actually.
out.
Yeah,
Ew.
beaches do it for me. Hotels do it for me.
Well, hotels are just like
There's a
all
Chris
bets
Oh,
are
Pine-
off.
hotel rooms
Wait.
make me
but not
horny.
even
The
hotel
only
rooms.
thing
If
I
I'm
can
in
think
a
of-
hotel.
Really?
I'm
Oh, because it's like,
Genuinely,
ooh, I'm here to
I
like.
can't
yeah.
find
Ooh,
it.
yeah.
Because of my
I used to
fucking
sneak
thing.
away into hotels with an old
Yeah.
Churches.
Fling?
with
Churches?
I used to with
Yeah,
With churches.
But there's always and
and then
Churches
you do
definitely
it
don't
because you
make me
didn't want to
horny.
be at home and with your family, especially because I lived at home at the time.
Oh, I see.
Guys,
And
hold
you go to a
on.
hotel.
I will say there is a Chris Pine gift that makes me immediately horny. That would make any one of you immediately horny. I really feel.
Chris Pine
Chris Pine?
doesn't do it for me.
He doesn't. But there's a Comic-Con panel, and Gal Gadot
CCP.
is literally who makes me horny immediately.
She's very, very
Good
pretty.
dot. It's good
She
dot.
literally
That's good
there's a
dot.
moment that like you could tell they both were not anticipating a bunch of cameras to be on them. She like does this. She like looks.
Oh, they
down, she
love
does
each
something.
other.
They love
Yeah.
each
Are they
other.
fucking?
No,
I don't know. I think they
but
just
it
love
looks
each
like they
other.
wanna be.
I think I think it's one of those like
Would
she.
be.
There's that one gif where she literally looks at him and she like does a bite lip
Oh,
and then like has a moment and
wow.
is like.
Yep, you can tell. Yeah.
Wow.
But
So they probably
the moment
banged.
that
They
was
banged when they made
perfect,
the movie, probably.
Look it up. Chris Pine winking is like literally she looks down and she like looks over and like he does like such a surreptitious little like wink at her and it's so just like quick and
Yeah,
sweet and
you're
then she
like-
like literally is like and like it's such a moment that you're
Like
like, I
panty
shouldn't
drop.
be watching
And then the
this.
flow app
I
on her
just saw
phone.
real
is
life.
like-
The alarm goes off.
Alarm goes off. It's like this is the 27th time you've watched that gif. You
You only watch this gif while you're ovulating for some
Yes,
reason.
10 days away from ovulation, you're watching the Chris Pine gif again. You
get
should
it.
watch it though, because it is one of those where you're like, it's such an obvious moment of like, you feel like you're in a weird, like you feel like very sneaky.
There's
weird. You're
also
like,
a
I
gif
shouldn't
of
be here.
the chipmunk with the glasses, the nerdy one.
That's who? Isn't that your favorite?
No, mine's the one from Sword in the Stone.
Oh yeah.
That
The chipmunk.
That squirrel just
the
wanted
chip,
love,
yeah, the squirrel.
and she was. It's like
And
the
it's such a
saddest
sad-
moment.
it's
the
very
saddest
sad.
Oh,
moment.
she does.
That's
She's
it. That's the thing that weirdly makes me horny.
sad squirrel.
That sad squirrel from Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
Why?
Joe,
isn't
what's
there-
your app, dude?
Yeah.
My app.
Come on, Joe.
My app.
I know, right?
It's like,
Right,
what's your
he's
app?
pulling
Right?
us.
It's like, hold on a second. You
Got
bring
it.
it up.
And now look at him over there not telling us
Come
his
on,
apps.
Joe. What the fuck's your app?
What are
you
your
piece of
apps,
shit?
Joe?
Joe, Jesus, come
what
on.
are they, Joe?
Hey, fucking Joe, what's your
Tell
app?
us the app.
Prestige!
I'm officially resigning from the Valleyfolk. Fuck this shit.
Great, we got a tube filter.
I've got a bunch. of like creative apps and stuff like that. One that I don't use, just as a quick aside, did you guys ever download HQ?
Yeah.
I
And
loved
I
it.
deleted it right away.
I loved it, and then I got real like, oh wait, what's the point of doing this and being appointment viewing on this damn app?
Yeah.
If I win the whole damn thing and get emotionally invested, I win $2. So I'm
yeah,
out.
yeah. Well, sometimes there would be like
I
a
don't know what that is.
$10,000 prize.
It's a brilliant idea.
It's like a Black Mirror thing for sure.
It's a live trivia.
You don't know about this,
show
Lee?
On
Oh,
an
man.
app. They do it twice a day. They live stream twice a day. They are getting 1 million people at once these days, and it's just like
like
Who Wants to Be
everybody
a
plays
Millionaire?
it, yeah.
It's just trivia, and if you win, you get to split a $2,000 jackpot, and most of the time that goes to $2 a person.
It's very Black Mirror because like you'll be in a room and you'll just see everybody
Mm-hmm.
playing HQ at the same time, and it's just this guy, this host going like, "Hey guys, welcome back."
He's a
to
really
HQ.
charismatic
Really?
host.
Yeah, he's
Very
great.
good.
My buddy produces that show, and I almost auditioned for that.
Oh, you would have been good at it.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Like now there's like 1 million apps like that, and we have like
Will
we have
Haynes hosts
friends who
one.
are hosting them. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, that's one that's on there, but it's not the one that I want to bring up. I also have a cribbage app that I really like.
What's that?
Cribbage?
Is that babies? Baby cribs?
Game.
Yeah, I just rate cribs. It's like the Swift app.
That's pretty cool, man.
It's got
you
your
sell your
crib
you
emojis.
can sell and buy cribs.
I think
I
that
don't like use the Swift app a lot
Guys,
anymore.
I have an app
follow
and
it.
it's 289 sleeps till Christmas Day.
that is hilarious.
That's a good one.
Just an
Sleeps.
app that
That's,
shows.
really adorable. I'd hate that app, but they said sleeps instead of
Yeah,
nights.
real cute.
The dumbest one that I have, but is also one of my favorites, is Rap Chat. Have you guys ever had Rap Chat?
No.
Heard of this?
So Rap Chat is a creative. I guess it's kind of got a social bend to it, but it basically just gives you hundreds, if not thousands, of beats, and then you can rap over them.
Oh, that's neat.
And what I've used it for is to send inappropriate raps to coworkers out of the blue,
you.
and
That's
it's
great.
really fun. I've created.
I miss apps like that. I used to play with apps like
They're
that.
great, and you guys should check it out because I think we could send each other some stuff. It'd be really
Yeah,
fun.
I used to. There was a app. The T-Pain app. Remember the T-Pain app?
Oh, right.
Auto-tune.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to. We used to friends and I used to
But
share the T-Pain.
There's like a community
songs.
on this. It seems like you can make a rap, you can post it, and then people can. It's like a lesser SoundCloud. You know how
gonna,
SoundCloud's the
like,
new
make
hip hop
someone famous.
thing. But
yeah.
I've come up with an alter ego on it. His name
Who are
is
you?
DumpNasty.
Oh,
Oh, really?
fucking
Yeah.
beautiful. Really beautiful stuff.
DumpNasty hasn't made any of his tracks public because they're all pretty inappropriate.
Would you drop one of your hot tracks right
Yeah,
now?
right
Or is
now.
it-
Can you
Too
drop it?
inappropriate?
Come on, Dump.
You can always edit it out if it ends up being
Is your
too bad.
mixtape fire or?
Is it lit?
I've got 3.
Lit AF?
They're not lit.
No, you're good.
Hit us with it, Joe. Hit
You're
us with
good. That makes sense, baby.
Hit us
No,
with
you're
that.
good.
You brought it up. You should have done a clean version, Dump Nasty.
Yeah.
I should have. You know what I'll do? Okay, so I'll just tell you the story of the first 2 tracks, and then I'll play the third. The first track was all about vividly describing
A woman's
the sound of a
genitalia?
queef.
Okay, got it?
And
There it is. There it is.
I don't reveal it to the end, and it's pretty funny. It's like a pretty. The rap is clever.
What's the word that you rhyme queef with?
I
Beef?
don't know if
Steve?
It's beef.
Belief?
I bet
no,
money it's beef.
no.
Belief is good.
And then the
Beef.
second one is another rap that has nothing to do with queefs at first, but then swiftly
first.
falls into
Good
queefs
for
at the
you.
end. So the whole
Dump
point of
Nasty
Dump
has
Nasty
a
was to go to the queefs.
point.
That was the comedy term, right? And there's a little
Sure.
bit of R&B in that one as well.
Good for you.
But I'll play the-
Just mixing it
I'll
up.
play the third one.
Queef starring Mary J. Blige.
I'll play the third one, which goes in line with where this podcast seems to go, which is Disney stuff. We talk about
I
Disney a
know.
lot on
It's
this.
all because of Zara. the
I'm
Zara
sorry,
goes
I
over
like Disney,
here.
We'll
and I'm
see
wearing
if-
me a Mickey shirt.
We'll see if this
I love
plays.
it.
But anyways, this is where Dump Nasty took an evolutionary turn in his creative endeavors. He
I
dropped
think it's already so deep.
the queef.
We were making fun of Elliot because of the.
I know. This seems worse.
Yeah, he dropped the queef motif on his third track.
The queef teeth?
He figured that
Queef
was
teeth.
what his career was going to be about, but he thought he'd take it to another level.
Wait, so he's very infantile in his
Right.
thing, but he's already changing
but his wordplay,
perspectives.
but his wordplay is next level. So this is
Let me give you
Dump
the spotlight
Nasty's.
here.
I mean,
Joe.
Dump
This is
Nasty.
Dump Nasty's third track. I'm going to play this right into the mic.
All
Is
right.
that the best way to do it, Steve?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, right in the middle.
It's called Finding Nemo and Sex Stuff.
Oh, okay. That's beautiful.
I know that she know that we know that we don't. Get up in that pussy till we watch that Finding Nemo. I
I know that she know that we know that we don't. Get up in that pussy till we watch that Finding Nemo. Girl, you're gonna lose your breath. We gonna break the bed, but first a cinematic, animatic, right down in the depths. That pristine Pixar potion really churns up my emotions, and the motion in my ocean gets a sexual promotion. That deep on baby fishy and devoted dorky daddy teaming up with dummy Dory makes my heart go pity patty. You know that I said B before you get this D. I got to get my jollies with some fish beneath the sea. Before you get exotic, girl, I got to get aquatic. I don't clown bitch, I need clownfish out the stream because I bought it. I got that shit on Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS. She said they ain't released that Finding Neon VHS. I said, oh yes, they did. Straight up put that
This is
shit
8
on
minutes
VHS.
long.
That ginger booty bootleg, but I got that off my chest. At my sushi, I'm not full, girl. Every bit of you is edible. Eat you up, then work that button, and then we're watching Incredibles. That we know, that we don't. Get up in that pussy till we watch that Finding Nemo. I know that she know.
This is some turned ass trap queen motherfucking drop.
So that's DumpNasty.
Oh my god! Do you write it out?
I just do it in my head and then I record it while I drive.
It's not bad. I like that you
Oh
said
my
Finding Me
God.
at one point.
I liked makes
I
my
like
heart
it.
go
You're
pity
a father.
patty.
I'd like to like.
It's really clever, Joe.
It is
Thank
really
you.
clever. Also, you're a father.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I love
love
that you've
it.
got this like amateur rap career going on that nobody knows
Guys.
about.
But that's the thing, you guys. It's not me. It's DumpNasty.
No, I thought
Right,
you were saying
right.
that's
No,
not.
but
it's-
here's
that's
the
thing,
thing,
guys.
I
It's
will
not
say-
amateur.
Also, I mean,
And that's where you're wrong.
And
It's
that's
not.
what
You guys, I'm telling you, I make these things and then I send them and I get red hot with embarrassment because they're so dumb and immature.
It's so
I love
funny
it,
though.
though.
How'd you
I
feel
mean,
about
but
it?
also there has been. I mean, it's an untapped market. Like we have Weird Al, but I don't think we have any rap.
I mean, we've
parody
got.
people.
What's
sure
his
they're out
name?
there.
Who's the guy? The Jewish rapper guy.
Little Dicky.
Montes
Lil
Yahoo?
Dicky.
He's
Lil
very
Dicky.
good though.
Yeah.
He's legit.
Dicky's
He's legit,
amazing.
as they
Everyone
say.
says that Delman looks like Lil Dicky. Is that
little
true?
bit.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Maybe a little
I don't know
bit.
what he looks
Oh
like.
yeah. Would I find Lil Dicky
so that's it.
attractive?
You never
Joe,
met
let's-
Delman?
Will you guys
I've
all?
never met Delman. No, look, we should do guys. We should do.
Will you all download Rap Chat, please? And,
Yeah,
and
I'm
send
ready.
raps
I'm
to
gonna
each
name
other?
drop for all.
My
of,
nickname-
Absolutely.
Can I name drop for us, for all of us?
Yeah.
George Watsky is a friend of ours.
Yeah.
And he's great and
Yeah, he
wonderful.
is.
And recently there was a fun Twitter
Back and forth.
back and forth
as they
with
say.
you and Watsky Joe. If you guys haven't seen that, check out Joe's Twitter or the Valleyfolk Twitter or George Watsky's Twitter.
You guys are
Anyway, but the reason why I brought him up is because he says he said he would come on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Yes, he did.
And maybe Joe, you could collaborate with Watsky on one of your dumb raps.
I don't think I would like to do that to his career.
Watsky's like a real.
Yeah, he'd be
we're
like, "I'll come on your
oh,
stupid podcast, but I'm not gonna fucking
not gonna
touch my
rap
don't
chat
touch my
you."
music, man."
Because also like that was like 4 years ago when we were all in different places, and
Yeah.
then he's become a much more mature
Okay.
artist, and then we're like,
Yeah.
can you want to do this thing about
Do you wanna-
queefs?
Yeah.
You wanna listen to my
Okay,
song?
okay. How
Which
about
actually
this?
made
How about
finally
this? How about
made
this?
Nemo?
Whenever we get Watsky on the show, if we even get to, what we should do in preparation is each of us should create a rap using that app,
Rap chat.
and then we play it for Watsky, and he gets to vote on what the best rap is.
Holy crap, dude! I'm feeling his embarrassed. I wouldn't even be embarrassed.
Oh, yeah, he'd
for
be
me.
cringed
I'm,
out for
like,
sure.
Feeling
Yeah.
embarrassed for him.
Yeah, but it's
I
not
don't
like
know
we're
if I
making.
can
It's
do
not like
it.
we're trying to make serious
I don't
fucking
know.
music. It's all jokes and fun.
No, I will be making serious music.
I just want to have a chat.
Yeah, it's not like we're having Will and Darren on to do a rap battle. Like we're not doing anything cringy here. We're having fun with jokes,
Look,
guys.
I won't
I just
do
want
it
to do a rap battle
personally.
where I just say "hey" for about 4 minutes.
Hey.
hey, hey. Hey.
Steve, I won't do it personally, but I'm sure DumpNasty will.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
Great.
Do you know
And
that
so,
if you switch the order of those words, it's nasty dump?
It's also a good name. I like it.
I want to do. I've always wanted to
How's
do
it
young
spelled?
adult. Young adult.
Like Carl. Oh, you should do young adult, like Carl Jung.
Oh yeah.
Young
Jung.
adult, and
It's
it's just
pronounced Jung.
very, very
Young
heady
adult.
raps. Very. My rap alter ego is Hissy Fits.
Hissy Fits is good.
just a whiny
I've always liked
person.
MC17, but I don't think that's
Oh, I
really
really
topical
like
anymore.
it.
All right. Well, fuck it, guys. I think we've. What do we got? An
we've
hour and
covered
30
it.
almost on
Let
the
us. I know, right? Let us know.
It's at 6
your
p.m.,
Weird
so-
apps. I know.
We're well into the afternoon.
I want to know everyone's weird apps that they have on their phone.
Yeah, me
I
too.
want to know why you like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Why do you love Kingdom Hearts so much? Did you
I
grow
wanna
up with
know
it?
If you
love
make
the...
bread,
I would love to know about people's bread making stories.
I
Yeah.
really would.
Elliot, what was
really
your contribution to the podcast again?
Good Place.
Oh, the
Bachelor.
Good Place. Yeah,
We
yeah,
told you
yeah,
to
yeah.
watch
Bachelor,
1700
Yeah. What's your?
things.
How about this for Elliot's topic? What audience? What is your guilty pleasure show?
Oh, what is your guilty pleasure?
that you're
show?
kind of
That's a
ashamed
good
of?
question.
Like The Bachelor.
one.
Yeah.
Also, please look up
Attack
that
on
gif
Titan.
where Chris
That's your
Pine
guilty pleasure?
winks at Gal Gadot because it's gonna.
But I mean, like, usually a guilty pleasure is something you feel guilty about watching. Do you
I
feel
don't
guilty
think-
about watching Attack
No,
on
I
Titan?
feel guilty about that rap chat I just shared.
It's amazing, Joe. We all loved it.
DumpNasty.
So it's called Rap Chat. I'm downloading it right
Rap
now.
chat.
So it's called Swift Life.
Real quick.
Swift Life. Yeah, write that down.
Okay, new business.
Yeah,
New business.
new business. Real quick, if you don't know, we have a Patreon, thevalleyfolk.com. Go check it out. It's helping fund this, our YouTube endeavors, a lot of stuff. Twitch, we're doing a lot of stuff, and it's all because of the generous folks that are our patrons over at patreon.com.
The
Speaking
comedy
of
the Valleyfolk is
YouTube-
brought to you by viewers like you.
Yeah, it's
thank
true.
you.
Speaking
Live
of YouTube
shows?
endeavors, if you haven't seen Singing Cake while eating cake,
Check it out.
check it out.
Oh yeah, you're
Share
gonna
it.
want to look
Beautiful.
at that.
Share it
You're
on
gonna look at
Facebook.
that.
It's going viral on Facebook.
But part of our Patreon
Viral-ish.
is that
And then I said something.
we at certain tiers we shout out creative endeavors.
That's enough.
You guys stop. This is the
Stop.
part that's
Let
about
Joe
the people.
do it.
All right, Joe.
We shout out the creative endeavors of some of our favorite patrons.
Oh, yeah.
And this week it is from John De Filippo. Filippo.
I wish I had an
John.
applause to play here, but I'm not quick enough. There it is.
He
That's why we do what we do.
He is the creator and owner of titaniummithril.com.
Some would
Titanium
say
what?
it's pronounced mithril, but
Mithril.
you
cool.
could say mithril if you'd like.
But now I'm going to just go straight to the website itself and kind of just read you the homepage here. But here you go. He makes custom titanium chainmail products.
Holy
Nice.
shit, that's so rad.
Which is super cool. I'll just read a little bit from here. He says, I've been hand making custom chainmail for 18 years and have been working
Dude.
specifically with titanium for over a decade. I use grade 5, often referred to as aircraft grade, titanium alloy. Titanium is the closest thing to a mythical metal that is known today. It is very light, almost half the weight of a stainless steel. Alloyed, it is immensely strong, almost twice the strength of stainless steel. It has a perfect hardness, quite rigid, with marked springback, but soft enough to bend without breaking or shattering like tungsten. And its alloys.
Doing it. You're doing
Shade at tungsten!
Yeah, tungsten and stainless steel really get thrown under the
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what
under
a
the titanium bus.
Oh.
But go check it out. Titanium.
Am I right?
If you will.
If you could with me just for a moment.
Yeah. Titaniummithril.com. Go check it out. He supports us. We would love it if you supported him.
Dude.
Great
That's
shout out,
some
everybody.
Cool stuff, though.
This has been a fun podcast, guys. I think we covered 19 topics.
We
Oh,
did.
and can I put a 20th in? Speaking of mithril, which is always amazing when people make chainmail. That's such
I
an
love it.
incredible art. I was at New York Comic Con and I bumped into a guy that had a entire chainmail suit from head to toe, made out of the soda can
yeah, hell
poppers,
yeah.
the thing that
Crazy.
pops the soda
Cool.
can. And he's just like, this is completely impractical and heavy and it sucks to walk around in, but I'm proud of it.
Hell yeah.
I saw
love
the
that.
same thing, but it was a guy that did it out of the plastic rings for six packs.
Oh,
it was all the plastic
funny.
rings, and there was 17 ducks stuck in it.
Dead ducks or living
Live
living
dead
ducks?
Were
Cut
they
up your
dead,
plastic rings, you monsters.
Definitely cut up your plastic rings. What a monstrous thing.
I
to do.
knew that I loved Delman when I saw him cutting up a plastic ring. And I
Elliot, have you
literally
ever
was like,
cut up a
"That's the man
plastic
he
ring?"
is."
Yeah,
I don't believe you.
I cut up plastic rings pretty regularly.
Good for you.
I tear them apart like the
All
whole.
right, humble brag.
Every now and then, I just lace them with bread though, so it all evens out. I
Good
take a little
for
pieces
you.
of bread and I just wet it and I wrap the bread around the plastic ring and then I dip that in butter. And then I
Guys,
throw
thank
it,
you
and
so
throw
much
it
for
into my-
listening to
I
the
throw it into the
Valleycast.
river, and I just watch.
Well, guys, what a wonderful episode.
You're not gonna believe what the ducks do.
Okay, get up.
They get so tangled in that.
Wow.
Ooh, you better say it
There's-
sexier.
You get so tangled. They get so tangled. They're little
Try
beaks.
it again with the sexy.
They get so tangled in the plastic.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Recycle your things.
I know that she knows that we know that
That
we
is a
don't.
sexy beat.
Get up in that ear until we watch that Finding Nemo.
Glub, glub, she said.
All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you for listening to the Valleycast.
Yes, thank
We appreciate you very much, and we appreciate our patrons who get the podcast first on
Yep.
Mondays. If you'd like to get in on that shiz, you can go to patreon.com/thevalleyfolk and check out those tiers. A lot of them have special treats, like getting this podcast early. Otherwise, you're hearing this on Thursdays with the rest of the plebs, like my mom. You don't get it early, Mom. I don't care whose mom you are. And also, if you'd like to rate and review the podcast on iTunes, that'd be super rad because we like getting on them charts, and it's always fun to see
Charts are fun.
that our
Charts are
work
fun.
is being rewarded somehow in ways that
Or
didn't
just
mean anything 20 years ago.
appreciated and liked.
Or appreciated and liked.
Don't forget to follow DumpNasty on RapChat.
Oh, good God, no.
All right, well, guys. And also don't forget
at
that
Elliot Morgan on the Swift Life.
Okay,
God.
that's enough.
If you'd like to follow Lee's period,
Yeah, it was
just follow her Twitter. So guys,
Not bad.
every
Good.
Wednesday night we also have our Valleyfolk game night stream where we play games with you guys, Jackbox games and such, and that's always a fun time. And I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Come to our show in Arizona, like we were talking about earlier.
April 29th.
April 29th at the, what is it? Bob Hoskins House of
there you did
Pancakes?
it. Nailed it.
Okay, great.
Bob Hoskins.
I know, I'm so sad. If you go to Ticketfly and type in, right? It's Ticketfly?
Yeah, just Google House of Comedy.
House of
Yeah.
Comedy, great.
Yeah.
Or you can go to
Valleyfolk.
bit.ly.com/House of Valleyfolk, but that's too much.
The
so
better
just
this show does,
Google it.
the better the chances are that we do this elsewhere.
Yeah,
it'll go real well. So
and we're zeroing in on merch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Which is really cool. We got some
And-
fun shit.
Beep.
Yeah. And guys, thank you for watching the cake video and sharing it on Facebook.
Yes.
And we're
I
just
think we're done.
Yeah,
We're
follow
trudging.
us on all the platforms, the Valleyfolk.
It's
Love you
weird because
guys.
the day's just getting started, I think, so it
Yeah.
feels weird that we have a day
Yes.
ahead. Bye.
Well, and it's like daylight savings, which sucks,
Oh,
and
God.
like,
Yeah.
we lost another hour, and
Another
Bye.
one.
could.